Zach Wilson emerged from the chaos in Richmond 2 weeks ago, and now these drivers have had that time to prepare for their biggest challenge yet. This week, we're on the dirt at Bristol, slipping, sliding, and slinging mud on the clayed-up high banks of the world's fastest half mile. Hi, and welcome to PitStop TV and the virtual dirt-covered Bristol Motor Speedway for tonight's Dirty Air 300. I'm Emerson Arden with Devin Zimmerman, and Devin, we have a unique circumstance on our hands. These fancy next-gen cars are poised to get a little bit dirty tonight.
Yes, sir, Emerson, they're going to get a little bit dirty indeed. We are here at Bristol Dirt. The oval has been shifted from the asphalt, the normal asphalt that surrounds this, concrete, that surrounds this Bristol Coliseum, the last great Coliseum they call it, is now dirt and has been dumped with tons and tons of dirt. And we're going to get to see these MPI Cup Series cars go around this dirt. We still have the normal Bristol layout, as you see there on your screen. 26 degrees of banking lower in the turns, up to 30 degrees up by the wall, the outside wall. Down the straightaway, 6 degrees of banking by the inside wall, up to 10 degrees of banking by the outside wall. And that outside lane will prevail early with the banking, helping out these cars maintain momentum through the turns. Even with the dirt surface, we will see that outside lane be the preferred line probably in qualifying and early on in the race. But as that outside lane wears, as you see in dirt, that outside lane can get worn down very easily. You'll see that by the very dark markings on the track. Then we'll start seeing that inside lane come in, and that should provide for some magnificent racing here tonight at Bristol Motor Speedway, covered in dirt, Emerson.
Absolutely, Devin. The name of the game tonight is Grip, and where is that grip? Again, a clean, fresh track, which is what we're expecting to start off tonight's race with, a relatively fresh track. The grip is going to be right up by the top of the racetrack. There's going to be a cushion up there, and you're going to probably want to ride your right rear tire right on that cushion. And as the track starts to slick up there, you can start to, so you can still enter up there as long as there's a little bit of grip up there, a little bit of that lighter brown stuff. You'll see a lot of rubber be put down. You'll see a blackened area of the track start to form. As you can kind of see it on your screen right now on the straightaways, there's that black part where these tires have been kind of running over and over again, that rubber keeps getting kind of pressed into the track. So you're going to be looking for that fresh dirt, that brown, lighter brown dirt. That's where you want to really be putting those right rear tires. You can try to slip and slide across the slick part of the track to kind of keep yourself rotating and try to power it off on exit as best as you can. Right now, towards the end of this practice session, that is not all so easy. Very little grip out there for these boys. But moving on, again, the fantastic facility here at the Bristol Motor Speedway, again here in Bristol, Tennessee, with the dirt. All this clay covering the fantastic concrete world's fastest half mile for tonight's race. Let's kind of work our way into tonight's point standings. Coming into tonight, Austin Reedy is still your point leader, 289 points over Muscarella. Then we have Mario Miranda there in third position in points. He has that one win on the season. Last year, he dominated last season's race, led 115 of the 153 laps in the Gen 6 car here at the Bristol Dirt. We'll see if Mario Miranda can maybe double that. We'll see if he'll get his second win tonight, second win of the season tonight here at Bristol. Warren Keefe there in fourth. He's 35 points back. We have Stempian there in fifth, 37 points back. Brown in sixth, 43 back. Joe Sanchez there in seventh, 46 points back. Wyatt Brackett in eighth. He is 56 points back. Justin Hendry, 77 points back. Tied with Chris Shoemaker there in 10th. That's the top 10 in points. They're 77 points back. Now we flip to the other side of the point standings. We have Michel there in 11th. He's 87 points back. Mahar there in 12th, 91 points back. Lawson Peel with that brilliant Coda win comes home in 13th. He's there 13th in the point standings heading into tonight's race, 99 points back. He's tied with the other Shoemaker, Austin Shoemaker, there in 14th. Ross Harlow in 15th. Rich Swavely there in 16th. That should be about where the playoff cut line is. Then we have Banks, Stevens, Mock, and Winners kind of rounding out the rest of the points that he's coming into tonight's race. And again, you'll see the asterisks by people's names. That is denoting race wins this season. Reedy got the season opener at Daytona. He got one other throughout the schedule. Lost Bill got Coda. You don't see Zach Wilson on here just yet. He was kind of down in the depths of the points, but nonetheless, Zach Wilson, with his dominant performance last week, led 324 laps at at Richmond out of the 404. That is absolutely phenomenal. And I mean, who knows? I mean, that was one short track. This is a whole other short track of an dirt, of course. We might be able to see something like that heading into tonight, Devin. But why don't you kind of go ahead and talk about the schedule that we have on tap for the MPI Cup Series this season. I do want to say real quick, the numbers, the round numbers are the numbers on the left-hand side of each column, and then the track name or the race name on the right-hand side of the column. The yellow numbers are the races that we at PitStop TV were supposed to cover, or we are covering this season. And then we also covered round 7 at Richmond as well to add on to that schedule. But all the races with the yellow round number is what we're covering at Pit Stop, and all the ones with the white numbers is what the other MPI Cup Series broadcaster, I believe Podium Esports, will be covering this season for this fantastic season of 35 races. Devin, why don't we go ahead and walk through it?
Oh yeah, we've already tackled here in the MPI Series: Daytona, Auto Club, Las Vegas, Phoenix, Atlanta, Austin, and Richmond. Austin, of course, was Circuit of the Americas there, the road course. But yeah, tonight we're going to tackle Bristol Dirt, the first dirt race of the season, the only dirt race of the season. And then we're going to head back to Talladega. They follow along very closely, if not identical, to the actual real-life NASCAR series. So next week is Talladega. After that will be Dover, then Darlington. Then we head to Kansas. All of those will be covered on PitStop TV, including the All-Star race, Charlotte Motor Speedway there, Gateway, Sonoma, the second road course of the season. Then we will head to Nashville, that is Nashville Super Speedway. And then it'll be Road America for a great, I love that track in northern Wisconsin there. Road America, a great track. Then we head to Atlanta, New Hampshire, Pocono, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Michigan, and Richmond there. All of those except Nashville Super Speedway will be covered here on PitStop TV, Emerson.
Yeah, absolutely. And then now, oh, well, there it is, the track reset. And well, why not a time reset for qualifying? Qualifying just ticking over here, so we'll get through it real quick. We have Watkins Glen Daytona to wrap up the regular season. Watkins Glen's going to be our last race here on PitStop TV. And then Podium takes us through the playoffs. Darlington, Kansas, Bristol, round number 1. We'll eliminate a few drivers, and we'll start round 2 with Texas, Talladega, and the Charlotte Roval. Eliminate a few more for round number 3. We'll go to Las Vegas, Homestead, and Rockingham. Fantastic inclusion there at round number 34, and Phoenix to round out the schedule. Excuse me. And now we get into qualifying. We're looking around the track, and we'll see who we're able to go ahead and pick up out here. We'll kind of show you right away what kind of lines these drivers are going to be running. We're going to find, looks like right here, we're going to find the 32 of Richard Swavely here, and he's getting up to speed here. He actually, Stempian goes fastest, but Swavely right now on his second lap. And you see wheeling that 32 on the bottom side of the racetrack.
Yeah, that's interesting. I really thought that the outside lane would be the preferred lane, but you can see that car almost all the way sideways going through the turns. Right around the bottom is the 32 car. He's going to put it. Oh, that's not him that goes to the top, but he does go to second as we see the
Chris
number
Shoemaker.
4 car of Shoemaker go to the top.
Yeah, Chris Shoemaker coming out. Now there's Daniel Mitchell going up there. Joe Sanchez. Let's catch up with Wyatt Brackett. See if we can ride on board and kind of see any sawing of the wheel. Looks like Brackett's actually coming to a slow there. So let's see. Maybe we'll pick up Garrett Brown potentially. Here we go. We'll ride on board with Garrett Brown. Joe Sanchez goes top of the charts. How about that?
Yeah, these times coming in very quick. You can see, though, Brown is running that top lane. This is where I think the fastest line's going to be, at least on the short run and in qualifying.
Look at how low that cushion is down on the track. That is a really low cushion.
Yeah, with the track reset there, I mean, he dives it into the turn. He goes low in 3 and 4 this time. Kind of keep it in the center of the track, not all the way up by the cushion. But let's see where it puts him.
I'm going to catch up with Bill Schoonover. And that number 9 Bud Ford Mustang machine, Schoonivert, trying to see where he can place his number 9. He just finished his first timed lap, 5th quickest for Schoonivert. Yeah, 5th quickest. We'll see if we can get one more in here. Actually, yeah, we'll see. He's still really fighting it on that bottom side. Now he gets up to that cushion off the corner. He's gonna plow the wall down. That's not gonna help.
Yeah, so he's going to settle with the first lap time, but it's a really good view that you can get off of the turns there. Turn 4, you can really see just the seesawing of the wheel, and it's the guys are doing, these drivers are doing that even in their sim rigs. They're doing that, the same thing you see on the screen with that seesawing of the wheel. You really have to fight these cars on this dirt track. It's not going to handle like it is on asphalt, where you want to be smooth and very methodical about how you handle that wheel. You really want to keep the momentum up in these cars, keep that gas pedal pressed down as much as possible, and really seesaw that wheel and get the most out of the turn. And so we're going to see that all night long.
Mario Miranda to the line. This is the person who I was just talking about, dominated last season's race. He'll be 5th quickest. He was not able to improve. That allows Dustin Reeves to go top of the charts. How about Curtis Kelly out there in the Interstate Batteries number 29 machine? He's getting rolling here, and let's see if let's get a little bit wider of a shot here so you can kind of see where he is running on the track. He's kind of running right there in the middle as he gets up to the start-finish line to begin his first timed lap.
Yeah, he kind of stays in the middle groove as well, starts low and exits low, but only gets up about to that middle groove. And then 3 and 4, he runs right up on the cushion. So that's where I expect to see more of them run. That's where I expect those fast times to come. If you keep those right rear tire right on that cushion, you don't want to go above it. You don't want to stay too far below it. You want to be right on it. It's really tricky to get it exactly right, but if you can really put down some very fast laps.
Curtis Kelly coming to the start-finish line. He'll bring it across the line, and he'll put that number 29, 6th quickest. I'm going to go ahead and see if we can ride on board with the 77 of Brian Curie. And see him. This is his second lap. Actually, I believe he just finished his run.
Oh, I was going to say, if he luckily he just finished that run, because that was a very awkward entry into turn 1 there. You don't want to be where the car's trying to go pitch to the right-hand side of the track when you're entering the turn. You want to keep it pitched to the left, like we see Danielson here, trying to keep it on that cushion. It looks like.
Yeah, Judd Danielson looks like he's just kind of searching for a little bit of rotate through the center of these corners, which is it's really difficult. You'll hear a lot of dirt racers talk about the way you rotate the car is with the throttle, but sometimes a little too much throttle could have that nose kind of take off on you. It's kind of how the nose is set into the corner. Danielson will only muster up 17th quickest, and we still have looks like about another 8 names that's yet to take to the track for qualifying so far. We will await. We'll wait to see if any of those drivers take to the track. We still have 4 minutes left here in qualifying, though, and yeah, it's been very interesting. I'm glad to see Joe Sanchez has gone out there and kind of righted the way things went at Richmond, at least to start off here with Bristol Dirt at the top of the qualifying times. So I have 3 minutes and 40 seconds. And now, Devin, that cushion is really low. That's probably the lowest I've seen it all week. I've done a bit of the official races this week. And that cushion starts much higher, about another half lane, maybe almost a lane up. That's going to allow this track to stay a little bit fresher, a little bit longer for 150 laps. But again, you also have to factor in, you have 32 cars showing up tonight. And surprisingly, unless you have other info, at the moment, I don't see point leader Austin Reedy in the lineup for tonight's race.
Yeah, there's still some time for him to sign up, but again, I was going to point that out as well. The points leader is not here currently, so this is a big opportunity for the guys trying to catch him, of course, to kind of leapfrog Austin Reedy at this point and, provide a better position for them in the standings. And I'm looking at Miranda there in the 99 car starting 5th. Again, he dominated last year's race, and he's in prime position to do it again. Again, he started on pole last year, not 5th, but still being up there in the top 5, is not a bad idea, especially with that low cushion. It really could enhance the low lane going, at the start of this race. Normally, that high lane is going to dominate for most of the beginning portions of the race. The low lane really needs to catch on, but with that low cushion, it could really provide that low lane some extra oomph to kind of keep up with the high lane here on the short run.
Sure thing. Um, with some time, and I'm now there's still some time, and again, you can run quick laps here at Bristol Dirt. So it's not necessarily that qualifying is over. Just maybe drivers are waiting the rest of that timer out to see what they can do. But we're gonna go ahead and give a shout out to our partners here with the MPI Cup Series, and of course, Max Pappas Innovations is of course the namesake of the series. Max Pappas Innovations takes every aspect of construction and safety to heart in the most accurate and dedicated way possible. Max Pappas's goal has always been to apply his experience and knowledge to produce a state-of-the-art product for the racing community. And of course, also Auto Tempest saves you time, effort, and guesswork when buying a car by gathering results from all the top used car websites like eBay Motors, Cars.com, TrueCar, Carvana, you name it. Nowhere else will you find more listings in one place, and Auto Tempest makes it easy so you can spend less time looking for your ideal car and more time driving it. And of course, SimMax, also one of the partners here at the MPI Cup Series. And now, looking at it, then we still have yet to see drivers take to the track 51 seconds. So that being said, now you're looking at it can get very difficult to make overtakes here. If you're one of these drivers who's electing to not qualify, or one of these drivers who did not get that great of a qualifying position, Bristol Dirt, it's very chaotic. You really have to set up your overtakes a couple corners in advance. What's the game plan if you're starting deep in the pack here, say like a 27th, 28th place, and you're trying to get into that top 10? You do have a couple stage cautions to play with at 40 and 80, but what say you?
It could be very tricky to pass here. I mean, that high lane, like I said, is going to be what I think is going to be the dominant line to begin with. The inside lane with the low cushion may be able to challenge a bit, but I still see that outside line prevailing. For these guys starting further in the back, they're probably banking on some cautions and hopefully not going to be in those cautions and just going to try and stay out of trouble. I've also seen that a couple of these drivers did attempt to qualify but hit the wall, so their qualifying laps did not count. And because of that, they're going to have to start in the back, and it's not where they wanted to start. A couple of fast cars in practice. I'm looking at, I believe that is... it's Blanche. But yeah, I'm looking at him. He was really fast in qualifying.
Well, go ahead.
Bland, sorry, Parker Bland.
Parker Bland.
Yeah, I was looking at him. He's really fast in qualifying. He's going to have to start in the back.
Well, let's go ahead and get through our starting lineup for tonight's Dirty Air 300 here on the dirt at Bristol. Joe Sanchez will start from the pole position in his number 55 machine. To his outside will be the 6 of Dustin Reeves. Row number 2, it'll be the 51 of Zach Wilson, the 25 of Daniel Michel. Row number 3, it'll be the 99 of Mario Miranda, the 29 of Curtis Kelly. Row 4, it'll be the 4 of Chris Shoemaker, the 9 of Bill Schoonover. And in row number 5, it'll be the 53 of Lawson Peel and the 2 of Travis Stevens. Devin?
Yeah, and then row number 6, we're going to see Richard Swavely there in the 32. To his outside, Brian Curry in the 77. Row 7, we're going to see Steven Stympian in the 81 and Kip Easley in the 27 to his outside. Row 8 sees Dakota Curtis in the number 1 car and Austin Shoemaker in the 16th starting position in the 14. Row number 9 is going to see Judd Danielson in the 85 and James Kunkel to his outside in the number 3. And then row number 10, we're going to see Warren Keith in the 42 and Justin Winters in the 88, Emerson.
Row number 11, we're going to find the 19 of Joseph Mahar and the 7 of Isaac Mock. Row 12, it'll be the 84 of Casey Knighton and the 16 of Garrett Brown. Row 13, it'll be the 10 of Wyatt Brackett, the 01 of Parker Bland. Row 14, it'll be the 68 of Ryan Kendall, the 75 of Charles Feltz. Find our way back to row number 15, it'll be the 18 of Ray Rogers, the 54 of Brandon Banks. Row 16, the 45 of Brad Fulham, and the 31 of Daniel Holdcroft. and that is going to round out our field tonight. Then we're already now on the second of 2 pace laps for tonight's event here at Bristol Dirt. And again, Joe Sanchez, Dustin Reeves, the front row. And we're getting ready to get to it. Let's take a quick look at the weather. The weather tonight, 64.8 degrees Fahrenheit is the air temp. The track temp, 54 degrees Fahrenheit. That track is very cool. But again, dirt, it really is going to depend on the type of track surface it is. Not really the track temp. Wind steady, 8 miles an hour out of the north. And VIRacing.com safety car will find it. Safety in the pit lane. We are racing from Bristol. And we already have a caution on the speedway, a crash in the back. Richard Swavely, one of those involved. Try to see if we can catch up. There he is in his number 32. Looks like he's all right. Looks like kind of Kurt further back. See if we can go ahead and try to find a replay of it. Why don't we? Here we go.
Looks like Daniel, the number 1 car, Daniel Curtis, involved as well.
And it gets really easy to get an incident like that. When the field is all packed up the way it is on these starts, and everybody's kind of searching for grip and just searching to kind of keep themselves in it. And we're looking for the one of Daniel Curtis, Dakota Curtis, my apologies. And we'll get to see here. There he is in his number 1 machine. Let's see if we can get a bit of a wider shot as this occurs here into turn 3. Here he is into 3. And a little bit of contact there with the 77. He'll go around. He'll collect the 85. And, well, relatively small incident. Dakota Curtis, unfortunately, is going to lose track position out of that. But, well, actually, as I say that, that front end looks very, very smashed in there.
Yeah, luckily with the short track nature and with this being dirt, the front end shouldn't hopefully provide too much. He should still be able to continue and be able to have a decent result, but it's definitely going to impede him just a little bit, even if the toe is knocked out. That's what's going to be the big issue there. I didn't see a wheel out of alignment, but again, it could be internal. We just don't see it. So if that's the case, then he's going to have a very long night ahead of him here. Only 2 laps in, now 4 laps in, under caution here. But very long night ahead if the toe is knocked out of that Curtis machine, the number 1.
So lap 4 of 150, and if it wasn't really stated earlier, we will have stages tonight. We'll have stage cautions. Those will be at the completion of lap 40 and the completion of lap 80 in tonight's event here at Bristol Motor Speedway, covered in the dirt here. We're on the 1 to green here, so we'll see these guys double up and get ready to do battle once again. The top 10 will score points at those stage breaks, and it'll be fun to see what happens. Dakota Curtis there on the bottom side of the racetrack, getting told to go to the rear. We'll see if we will still get a restart here, and they will add a caution lap at that. So we still have all 32 cars running in this race. Looks like, I believe, only Dakota Curtis was the only driver to lose 1 lap, and he's only lost 1 lap at that. So working lap 5 here, Devin. A pretty clean first lap up until the small contact there in the mid-pack, middle of the field. We kind of saw Sanchez get away there, but what say you from the lap we saw?
Yeah, a lot of slipping and sliding on these restarts. So watch this next restart. The inside lane got very loose. It looks like 3-4 cars along that inside lane, very loose on the start. Watch that again. It could bunch them all up and really be a hampering to these drivers on that inside lane.
Well, here we go. Field is doubled up and ready to do battle once again from the dirt at Bristol. In the iRacing.com safety vehicle, make that hard left-handed turn into the safety of the pit lane. We are back to racing from Bristol. And through one lap, Joe Sanchez, he has pulled away from most of the field, but he's got a hard-charging Mario Miranda right behind in that number 99 machine. Miranda, again, led 115 of the 153 laps last season. Will he be able to do that once again? He does have pretty stiff competition directly in front of Joe Sanchez, and you see Sanchez get the fastest lap there. We find our way back here with the 81 Estempian trying to keep himself out in front of the 27 of Kip Easley. They're still doing battle side by side here. Looks like Stempium gets that advantage. He looks to try to find himself up inside the top 10 here in a few moments' time.
Yeah, and we saw in that restart, you saw that inside lane really get hampered up. It really jacked up the inside lane. They weren't able to get going. That allowed Miranda to get a great start. He is now up to the top spot. He has overtaken Sanchez. But, yep, as we take a look at him there, he is just rolling that outside lane. You can see the cushion is kind of slowly creeping up closer and closer towards the wall. And Miranda has been a little bit higher than anyone else on the track so far, and been able to keep it clean. There's a couple guys who've tried that outside lane. They've slid into the wall. And
you saw Sanchez. Sanchez drove it really hard to the center of the corner. He throttled up, and he got up to the rear bumper of Miranda. Sanchez is not done with Miranda. They're going to duke it out here. These top two really, really tight, but you notice they've already caught the back end of the field. Lap traffic will be a factor, and Sanchez has got a lift.
Yep, and this is what's going to be who can get through this lap traffic the best. Right on the back bumper is Sanchez to Mario Miranda now. And, ooh, the 55 gets a little loose in the center of the turn, a little loose off. That's going to hamper him, but the lap traffic's still hampering the 99 as well.
Oh, and they're both going to go around contact. Joe Sanchez gets into Mario Miranda. Miranda's going to have to loop it around, and oh, no. I don't believe Sanchez even wanted to get into Miranda there, but the lap traffic kind of forcing the leaders to the bottom side. It's not the preferred line that the leaders wanted, and Sanchez, I don't believe, could have anticipated and adjusted as much as he would have liked for that, and unfortunately tags Miranda in the doing of that incident. We'll try to go back and find a replay of it. That is unfortunate.
So that's going to be... There it is.
Oh, I don't know if they made contact.
Yeah, I think they're just being on that inside lane, and then you can kind of see that there's not really super light brown. It's really dark on that inside lane. It's getting worn out more and more as more rubber gets laid down into that groove. And it looks like in the center of the turn, they tried to gas it up.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. But
I don't think Miranda was at the angle he wanted to be coming through that corner anyway. He was
compromised, yeah.
He was already trying to keep that car from sliding an extra bit. And once you're sliding a little past the point that you want to be sliding on dirt, that is really, really hard to combat. You were kind of almost along for the ride at that. So here, back to live conditions. All that being said, the two leaders getting into it has given the race lead to Daniel Michel here as we approach the halfway point in stage number 1. I believe we'll go ahead and we'll be restarting with about half the laps remaining here in stage number 1, about 20 laps in stage number 1. Daniel Michel, now, I'm going to be quite honest, was being driven away from by Sanchez and Miranda, but now Miranda is mired back in the pack, and even though Sanchez will get to start alongside Daniel Michel, Michel gets to control the start.
He does, and more than likely he's going to choose that outside lane, so he'll have the preferred lane on the start, and the 55 is going to be in a very precarious position. We saw what happened to the 9 car on the last restart when he started on the inside, and he lost quite a bit of positions. He's already Schoonover there is back to 7th place already. So he's lost quite a bit and is not able to maintain or to pick them back up. So what's going to happen to the 55 on this restart?
It shall be intriguing. What this has also done, well, it's moved everybody up at least one spot, over to Michel up 2 spots. Curtis Kelly up to 3rd. Dustin Reeves, now Reeves was on that front row, if I'm not mistaken, and he is actually going to be back here in the 4th position. Have that opportunity to kind of see if he can get back up to that 2nd position. Chris Shoemaker is up in 5th now. Lawson Peel was hanging about in the bottom part of the top 10. He now finds himself in 6th with the opportunity to try to find his way into that front half of the top 10. Bill Schoonover, as Devin mentioned, up in 7th. Zach Wilson, last week's dominant winner, in 8th. Stempy in 9th, and Richard Swavely in 10th. And we are already now onto the back straightaway, getting ready to do battle once again from the Bristol Motor Speedway. We will have 22 laps to go in this stage. Will it go green all the way to the end? I don't know. Well, we're going to find out, why don't we? As the field double wide works their way through the banks of turns 3 and 4. There is the iRacing.com safety vehicle making that left-handed turn into the safety pit lane. And we are back to racing from the dirt at Bristol. Oh, Sanchez gets the wall. He slides. Looks like he's still going to be able to hang tough there in second. Maybe Kelly cut him a break there. Maybe lifted for him.
Yeah, that was interesting there from the 55. Really trying to push it to catch up to Michelle, who's kind of driven away just a bit. He got a great launch on the restart. And like I said, that outside lane, launching from there is such a benefit. That inside lane just cannot seem to get the same traction as the outside lane on the restart. But a big battle here in the middle of the pack that we're watching between the 6 and the cars behind him. He's really having to fight it. It was 3 wide there for a second. There's the wall contact. I believe that's the 81 in the wall.
I believe it's a 51 of 51, Wilson. Right. Schoonover did get by Stempian. Lawson Peel is now found himself. Actually, Lawson Peel is back in the 7th position. But right there, we have Chris Shoemaker on your screen right there trying to hang on. And Daniel Michel has driven away from Sanchez. Curtis Kelly has a moment down the back straightaway. He'll hang on to it. But now we're back into the wall is, I believe that's the 51 of Zach Wilson again.
That's Wilson. He is really fighting that car on entry. He cannot seem to get it what he wants it to do on entry. That's the second time he's hit it. Also, again hit it.
Try to see if we can run the board
around that time.
It is difficult to get it up there, but it's still a pretty fresh track compared to what they're going to have in about 100 laps time. If you're having this trouble now, this is really going to be tough later.
Yeah, he's having trouble in the center of the turn and on entry. So if you can't get the entry right, then the center of the turn can also be compromised because you're trying to keep the car lined up for the exit. And if you didn't get the entry right, the center gets compromised, and that seems to be what's happening right now. As although we were riding on board with him, it looks like he was able to.
Oh, and around goes Sanchez! He'll spin it down to the bottom. He'll lose positions, but we stay green.
We stay green. Big loss there for the 55, the pole sitter.
That's now 2 very fast cars. The car spun on the bottom side of the racetrack. Caution is out. I could not get a positive idea on who that one was. No, these are cars that may have got caught out by it. It was I believe is it that 54 Brendan Banks? Let's try to see if we can find a replay of it, shall we? Here we go. We're gonna catch it a little late there. You can try to get it right here.
Looks like the 54.
Okay, here we go. This should be it here. So this is the 54 Brandon Banks. He's racing the 45 of Brad Fulham. And he's sliding up the track there. Should be this time by into turn 3. Sideways down the straightaway. Yeah, and see, there's Sanchez spinning behind. So this is now Banks trying to get back into this race. And he approaches the bank and spins out on the bottom side of the track. But that is a viable lane. iRacing detected that as a car stopped near the racing line and decided that will be good enough for a caution to come out.
Yeah, you see that he tried to get down to that inside wall, put it off of the track, so maybe they did throw a caution, but it was already too late. iRacing had detected that he was already stopped in a lane, so caution was flown.
So, back up front, it is still Daniel Michel. Now, Sanchez had his moment. He finds himself deeper in the running order as a result of his, I guess, excursion there off of turn number 2. And that, again, now 2 very fast cars that find themselves on the back foot here early on in this race. But as I said, early on in this race, they still have 2 stage cautions to kind of climb their way back. Well, as I say that, Miranda's still back in 17th. He actually lost a spot since he fell back there.
Yeah, very difficult to pass. And if you get Meyer back in the pack, just trying to complete the pass and complete it well is just so difficult. And once you're back there, it's really hard to get back to the front, as we've seen. That clean air, I mean, I don't really think that clean air would be that big of a deal here. It's more who can really keep the momentum up in the car, but it seems like that launch off the start and that clean air up front is really providing dividends. Whoever's been able to get out front has kind of driven away and stayed out front until you catch up back to the back of the field. So we'll have to watch that if we do get a green flag run here for any considerate amount of time, how that 25 car is going to deal with lap traffic.
Well, here we go. Down the back straightaway, double up once again. Daniel Michel has elected the outside lane, and very well. The outside lane has that advantage. It's really bumpy. It's really gritty down that bottom side. Really hard to get the tires rotated in the right at the right time on that bottom side. So that outside lane, I think, is the way to go, and so does Daniel Michel. But here we go. The iRacing.com safety vehicle back into the safety pit lane. We are back to racing from Bristol. A lot of cars up in the wall there in the back of Mario Miranda, I believe, was one of them. Contact between Kelly and, I believe, Zach Wilson has now shot up to the 3rd position. Curtis Kelly trying to hang on for dear life there in 2nd. And into the walls, the top 3!
Yeah, 51's just kind of been in the wall most of the night, it seems like. But all 3 of the top 3 cars hit the wall that time. 51 trying to make a pass, make a comeback here on the inside. Really fighting that car off the exit as we watch these 2 leaders here, the 29 and the 25, do battle. 25 gets a little loose, slips down to the bottom. He drives it back up, though, is going to maintain the top position. But the 29 is staying right with him this time. He was not able to escape.
You get to see how difficult it is in a battle here. We're going to ride on board with Curtis Kelly, trying to find his way past the 25 of Michel here for the race lead. This track is already very slicked up. It's very hard to find any sort of grip, to really put your car in any position to throttle up in a decent manner, as you have to fight with the throttle, fight with the steering wheel, and try not to hit that concrete wall. I'm sorry, that wall, yeah, a concrete wall right there, right beside you, and try to keep this car going in the correct direction. Coming around to 5 laps to go in stage 1. Kelly now back into the fence, but he's still keeping some sort of pace with the Michel here as they slip and slide through the slick stuff in 3 and 4.
Yeah, and then right behind him, the 51 is also battling, so he's being very defensive and trying to be aggressive at the same time. You can see he's really playing with the throttle as we watch Zach Wilson go by on the inside.
Zach Wilson makes that pass. He slides on up, trying to get back to that grippy stuff up on the top side. If you call it that, that's a very thin line of that lighter brown dirt. And now Zach Wilson really trying to make something work as he tries to close up on the 25 of Michel. He's trying to slide through that slick a little bit. He's way down on the bottom, very sideways. That's going to hurt more than help.
And the 51 about sideways, and we get another caution.
Oh.
The 51 was really sideways down the straightaway that time.
Caution on the speedway, and it was a car stopped on the bottom side of turn 2.
And the 25 was just about to get back to the tail end of the field there.
Is this going to be... Oh, it is not. Is it... Oh, don't tell me it's Brandon Banks again. It might have been Brandon Banks again. I try to see if it was. We'll find 54 Brandon Banks. It was a light blue car, so I don't know if it exactly was him, but there is another light blue car in the area. And no, this happens actually right there. It's a 19.
Oh, 19, yep.
That's Joseph Mahar.
I think he got some help from the 45 there.
Right, and this should have also effectively end stage 1.
Yep, this will be stage 1 coming through right now.
Try to get that replay corrected here. Here it is, the 19 of Mahar, the 40. I'm sorry, the 18 there. That was Ray Rogers.
18. My bad.
Ray Rogers,
I
an
apologize.
outlaw sim series driver there. Ray Rogers slid a little bit down the track and unfortunately collected the 19 of Joseph Mahar. He spins around. He got it back going. Not too much damage, but unfortunately he does lose some spots and brings out a yellow here. And yeah, here we are.
Yep.
We do want to see if we can try to bring up our stage 1 winner, Daniel Michel. Give me one moment as we try to make that happen. And some drivers have taken this opportunity to hit the pit lane. At that, Devin, do you have anything there?
Yeah, some guys trying to come in, just take tires, see what it can do for them. But yeah, I'm not sure how much it's going to be. We've run quite a bit of laps under caution this stage, so I'm not sure if it's going to affect them that much, or if they wanted to give up that track position. We've seen what happens. That track position seems to be king.
And let's go ahead and talk to the driver who is that prime track position driver of the number 25, Daniel Michel. Daniel, a wild first stage. As the 2 leaders out in front of you get collected there in the middle part of that stage. That gives you this race lead. That track position seems to be king, and you've been making the most of it, Daniel. How about it?
Yeah, I've been trying to stay ahead. I knew that Zach and Curtis were definitely catching me there that last restart. Just trying to take it easy, just make it around. I got a little bit of right side damage, but I'm just trying to keep it up front. The longer I can keep it up front, the longer it'll take for everyone else to get by me. So
sure enough. So you didn't pit here. Is there a plan to pit if you can hold his track position anyway through the end, or do you think you can make the whole 150 on your set of tires and fuel?
I'm hoping I can make it the whole way, but looking at it, calculating it, I'm almost positive we're not going to make it. You got to do some more calculations, just make sure, see how much fuel I'm burning during laps. Try not to burn too much.
Right on. Well, that is stage 1 winner, Daniel Michel. And Daniel, I want to get you into the right room real quick. Want to make sure, is it Drinking Bros?
Yes, it is.
10-4. We will get you down there. All right. Best luck to you, driver.
All right, thank you.
That is driver of the number 25, Daniel Michel. Again, our stage 1 winner there. Getting ready to lead us back to the green. There it is, the iRacing.com safety vehicle pulls off into the safety pit lane. We're back to racing from Bristol. Actually, the caution has come in. Now we have a wreck in the back. Joe Sanchez goes around in the middle of the field. But did that caution come out before we were supposed to go green? Were we not ready to go green? Or is this a whole separate caution?
Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll have to take a look at that again, but cars still parked there on the racetrack as the pace cars coming around to collect the field. Some big damage on some cars that time, but that was contact between Sanchez and Miranda. Both of those drivers did not pit, trying to take the position to get it back up towards the front, and they got together in turn number 1. It looks like the 55 kind of drove in deep, and the 99 was trying to get by him on the inside, and they just kind of came together off the turn.
Trying to find Sanchez here, and here we go. Let's see if we can get this contact with Joe Sanchez. Get queued up. So the caution was already out. Miranda was up there, and oh no, we had to scatter. The caution was already out though. we might take a moment to figure out what exactly happened. A little bit of a chaotic start, because that caution came out so fast. I thought maybe that we were just gonna get another restart at it, but or I'm sorry, another lap added to the restart. That it looks like a whole new caution. Let's get back up here to the Sanchez. So here it is. This is the restart replay of what we just saw. Miranda up on that top side in third, well, fourth, I guess, essentially, and there's Joe Sanchez there on the bottom side. And I don't know if we're gonna be able to find the initial cause of the start, but this happened at the same time that caution came out. Let's see. Sanchez kind of drove up. Miranda dived it down off to the inside. Sanchez sideways clipped Miranda. You know, that might have been the caution, actually. The yellow lights weren't on yet.
Yeah, that's definitely the caution right there. And the 3 car gets into the inside wall. The 99-55 made contact, and then the 9 car just happened to be right there when the 55 was trying to get it straightened out, and it just got into him, nowhere to go. And that turns the 55 around right in the middle of the pack. Good avoidance for most of the guys. It looks like a lot of guys avoided any damage or any other further incidents. So good avoidance for most of the drivers there. Just a few unlucky drivers with no place to go. But, man, that shuffles the front of the field up again as the 25 stays out front. The 53 of Lawson Pill has moved up to second place. Miranda still stays right there in fourth. He didn't lose too many positions. But, yeah, it's shuffled up this front field again. Emerson's getting shuffled quite a bit.
Absolutely. And we're now into stage 2. Stage 2 will be scored then at the completion of lap 80. And we are having a moment right now with the graphics. We'll get those reset here in just a second. The lights are off now on the safety vehicle. Daniel Michel, still the race leader. He elects, I guess, the inside lane. He's kind of in the middle of the track. And, you know, these drivers, they're really trying to keep themselves right there in that slick stuff, as it is already slick. Just keep running through that and not really take away any of the freshness from the rest of the track. But here we go. We're going to go ahead and try this again. Restart here. This is working about lap 50. Daniel Michel on the bottom side. Lawson Peel there on the outside. And getting ready to go at it. Here we go. VRacing.com safety vehicle back into the safety pit lane. And we are racing once again at Bristol Dirt. Mario Miranda finds himself back into the mix there. He is up to the second position, and he looks to see if he can take advantage of Daniel Michel, who's now really opened up a margin out in front.
Yeah, and I think Michel decided to
contact with Shoemaker. Ooh. Both Shoemakers and Schoonover, I'm sorry. And hard into the walls, 85. Around goes the 01 and into the back straightaway inside walls. The 51 of Zach Wilson, and the caution will come out.
What a difference a week makes for the 51 car.
Absolutely.
He led so much of Richmond race, and now he's found himself mired in the back of the field. He gets into the wall quite a few times tonight, but was able to stay up at the front. But now he's mired in the back of the pack and gets involved in a wreck that was of no fault of his own, just no place to go.
So you go, you see he's right now behind the 32, trying to see if he can pick his way through the field. And again, the 9 of Schoonover gets the wall. The 01 and the 85 come together. The 85 comes back up the track, contact with the 01, and bang into the inside wall.
Not too much damage there on the 51, but he loses quite a bit of positions. He's got to make all of that back up again.
And there's that 01 of Parker Bland you were talking about earlier, Devin.
Yep, the 01, he was really fast in practice and trying to make his way through the field, chopping them off a little bit at a time, it looks like, just being very methodical. And, man, yeah, just...
It's also, so the initial contact here happens with Schoonover.
Yep, so Schoonover gets the wall, and that kind of takes away
that was Schumacher put Schoonover in the wall, and then here off the corner, the 85 trying to get back going, clips the 01. Yeah.
It looks like the 85 just did not know that that Bland was there.
And when you have a change of pace like that, a change in speed like that, it is really difficult to get yourself going at that.
Yeah, And you're so focused about getting your
Right.
line right to enter the next turn. It's very quick because this is a short track. So the 85 trying to get back to the outside to get his line right so he can get into the turn and just, in the heat of the moment, just did not see Bland was outside there. And fortunate for Bland, he was really fast, like I said, in practice. I was looking for big things out of that 0-1 tonight, but it's not to be. But what this does benefit is Miranda. He was in fourth, got involved in a little bit of a scuffle there with the 55 of Sanchez, but now he finds himself in second.
Yeah, look at him go. He's been working his way steadily through the field there, the 99 of Mario Miranda. Again, he was way down there trying to make something happen. After he was battling for the lead with Sanchez. They both spun around middle of stage number 1. Mario Miranda got stuck back there, and I think a lot of people pitted. He decided to stay out, but as we heard from Daniel Michel's interview, it might be very difficult to make it to the end on their current fuel loads. We'll see what happens here. But Miranda, for the time being, is up into second, Devin.
Yeah, and I think the second stage, once they get to the end of that, that's really going to shake up the field. The guys who have already pitted possibly can make it to the end now. These guys that stayed out may not be able to, but they will have fresher tires going forward when the track is at its warranted state in the third stage. So it's going to get really interesting when that all happens. We'll have to see who made the correct strategy call, but we'll get double file here. Looks like the 25 is going to select the outside lane. Miranda's going to have to start on the inside lane again. And I think the 25 picked that inside lane last time just to see if he could handicap Miranda just a little bit, and it did not work out. Miranda was able to get around those guys and get up to second, but we'll have to see how that 99 restarts on the inside now.
Want to give a shout out to everybody who's watching the stream out tonight. And yes, it is. It's been a pretty difficult race for these drivers. We'll go ahead and give her another go, why don't we? BIRacing.com safety vehicle. Make that hard left-handed turn back into the safety pit lane. And we are back to racing from Bristol Dirt. Oh, sideways, and car's in the wall. Caution is out, and we have a car going over. That's the 14 of Austin Shoemaker.
Oh, Shoemaker flips here. A very slow motion flip at that. But, man, he just had a car's nose locked onto him when he hit the outside wall. That flips him over. The rear bumper and end plate and duck lid, everything's gone there, but he's still moving.
It really felt like the caution was already out, and they maybe wrecked trying to avoid the caution. But well, I guess we'll see once again, kind of like the last incident. So here's Austin Shoemaker, contact with Joe Sanchez, trying to make his way back to the field. He clips the 85, back into the wall with Sanchez, and 14, he will roll over, one whole complete roll. I have a little bit of a parking lot on the back straightaway. We have the 68 back there of Ryan Kendall. Looks like we have the more cars back here. The 85, Judd Danielson, the 84, the 10 of Wyatt Brackett. Yeah, there's 84 Knighton. Goodness gracious. Let's see if we can ride on board with the 14 of Austin Shoemaker through this incident.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what he saw in front of him here. I think the 4 got a really horrible restart too. Oh yeah, he really fishtailed it on the start.
See, he got clipped there. Trying to hang on to it.
And he was just kind of sandwiched there. It was the guys who was inside. The 55 was trying to go to the outside. I believe it was the 85 that was on his inside there, and just nowhere to go.
Wow. It's really the parking lot back there that does it for me. That was a lot of cars that stopped just as a result of something that not even of their own doing. And that's, unfortunately, that's kind of how it works here at Bristol as well. Let's see here.
It is. I mean, it's not really much place to go at Bristol. Once there's one incident, it's very hard to not be involved. You got to have your reflexes about you, and then you can see the 85 got into the 14 into the 55, and then roll, and then everybody stops behind them.
Wow.
The 85 facing the wrong direction, trying to get turned around. Man,
and it's hard when you're facing the wrong direction to flip around because there's still cars coming by, and difficult. It is difficult.
And a lot of cars missing a lot of pieces right now. A lot of incidents happened tonight. It seems like these guys really can't get going on these restarts. Are really hard to pick that lane to get where your car wants to work the best and start making positions. And because of all that fighting for the top lane for positions, it's proved very difficult tonight for these drivers to really get into a groove. It's you really need to get some green flag runs under your belt to get in that groove, and seems like only these front runners here have been able to do that, namely the 25. Miranda's had a couple of troubles tonight, but that 25 is maintained pretty much. I think he had one contact with the wall, but for the most part, he's been pretty clean.
So here we go. Daniel Michel, Mario Miranda, Dustin Reeves, Lawson Peel, Brian Curry, Steven Stempian, Chris Shoemaker, Richard Swavely, Warren Keefe, Joe Sanchez. Now the top 10. And let's give it another go. Let's try it again. The iRacing.com safety vehicle will find its safety in the pit lane. And we're back to racing once again from the Bristol Motor Speedway. Miranda has to really has a bog down there on the start. It's going to allow Micho to get ahead, but Micho gets the wall.
And they're going to be side by side as they get off of turn 2 almost. This looks like Miranda's really trying to send it on the inside. He's not going to be able to maintain it. He has to slide up in the center of the turn off of 3 and 4, and that's going to allow the 25 to get back out in front and run his lane. He hits the wall again on entry, though.
Oh my goodness, you can see just how sideways they get, and Miranda really able to power up down the straightaway that time around. He will get Miranda in trouble now from Lawson Peel. These two got together at Coda with 5 laps to go. Lawson Peel made contact with Mario Miranda, and Lawson Peel went on to win that race. See if these guys get it. Caution is out on the speedway. And oh no, Daniel Holdcroft has no front end.
He'll be joining a long list of other drivers without a front end as well, but man, yeah, that car's really beat up right now, the 31 machine. But yeah, it was really starting to get interesting for the lead. We've really seen that 25 take off on the restarts. This was one of the few ones that he wasn't able to get away. Miranda again, though, very fast, but it looks like 31 was missing it before this incident.
Oh, just to add on to the pain vent, sliding sideways counter with the 19 of Mahar. And nowhere to go.
Oh, nowhere to go for the 45.
Well, unfortunately, that's just kind of how it has been. It's been a difficult race for these drivers tonight. Daniel Michel out in front. That being said, we're going to go ahead and take a little break here. We're going to step aside. You're not going to miss anything. We're going to go side by side here as we work another caution period here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Don't you go anywhere.
Hi everyone, I'm Max Papis, founder of MPI. Let me introduce you to a line that we developed in MPI that is really dear to me, the MPI SimMax. Obviously, SimMax, the guy here. The reason of birth of SimMax is the fact that nowadays I believe that sim racing and virtual racing is exactly the platform to start. I consider sim racing and virtual racing very similar to the experience I had in go-kart when I started in my racing. And let me introduce you to our line of authentic steering wheel created specifically for the sim community. What I'm really proud is that I own MPI, the steering wheel company, and I'm building the steering wheel. This is my creation.
This is yours.
Yes.
It's so sexy.
The steering wheel, it's a very unique thing. It's shaped on the hand of Scott Dixon.
His hand.
Yeah. This grip has 27% more grip feel than suede. Scott in the race is gonna make less effort when he drives. When you're in the car, it's like lifting, it's like having 40-pound dumbbell like this, maybe more in the car.
For how long?
3.5 hours. You know, average heart rate in the car Never below 150. Never below 150. You need to be a real athlete to drive. Yeah. They exercise every day. So this is my creation. Amazing. And we did.
Polar. Yeah. Needed F-150 for Smith build. Got it. Yesterday. I know.
Don't forget my BMW.
Gotcha. Check this out. All the major online automotive sites in one place. BMW, done. F-150, done. How's he do it? I can search nationwide, even those classified sites. Auto Tempest, all the cars, one search. That's how I do it.
Back to action here from the Bristol Motor Speedway. The iRacing.com safety vehicle will find its safety in the pit lane. Daniel Michel is going to lead us back to the green from Bristol. Riding on board now with Michel as he tries to hang on out in front of Mario Miranda into the fence. Miranda powers up to the inside. It's just so slick down there. Can he make anything happen in the slick stuff?
Yeah, he loses a lot of speed in the center of the turn as they come off of the turn there. Again, he's going to send it to the inside, trying again. They're door to door, but he's not going to be able to keep the momentum up down the straightaway. The 25 prevails for now. But man, is the 99 sending it into these turns.
Trying to make something happen down on the bottom side. Can't get down there. He still has some time to make something happen. Really trying to roll that center. And again, it is so slicked up in that center because that's, that's where everybody's been running. Sideways is the fourth Shoemaker behind. There's a very thin line of grip there, and he's going to have to look for mistakes like that out of the 25 of Michel. He's going to have to get kind of caught up in that wall, and Miranda's going to have to be right there, being able to take advantage of him. Miranda slides down the track. I'm sorry, Michel slides down the track. Miranda trying to make something happen up there now.
Yeah, they're trying a couple of different lines here. It looks like the 99 trying to settle back into that top lane. He diamonds off the turn that time, though, trying to get a run as they start to catch the tail end of the field. 75 car there. Goes left hand. There's
contact! And they're going to keep it straight. Miranda trying to power by. He'll let Michel get back in front, because I don't think Miranda meant to make that contact.
No, it looks like the 25 kind of was trying to figure out what the 75 was doing and the best way to get around him.
Something is going on with that 75. I think they're telling him to kind of keep it out of the way of everybody. And Miranda catches the wall.
Yeah, Miranda catches the wall now. Man, that's 75 really having an issue there with a blinking problem. But that wall clip by the 99, there's a lot of blinking going on right here. But that 99 really was trying to get back to the 25. He caught the wall, and you can see the gap that's opened up to Daniel Michel now. Man, Miranda just really lost a lot of speed.
So there's Mario Miranda trying to really roll that top side, but now he's lost 0.6 of a second now, trying to catch there the 25 of Michel. Michel's now approached lap traffic, though. This could be huge.
Yeah, Michel will have to see how he gets around it. We saw what happened when the 99 and the 55 were trying to get around it the last time. Ooh, there's a lot of cars that are right side by side there in front of the leader. He's really got to pick his place, and that's allowed Miranda to catch right back up to the bumper of the 25. This is for the Stage 2, Emerson.
Yep, the final lap of Stage 2. Miranda is there. Will he try to find his way around the 25? Will he use the bumper? Will he be able to slide up to the outside or send it up the inside? Caution's going to come out.
And that will lock in place the top 10 as it is for the end of Stage 2 as the 54 is back on pit road.
And I think that's actually the stage caution. We kind of saw this happen last week as well. Or, I'm sorry, last time out at Richmond. The stage caution kind of, I guess, comes out at a at a time that I guess we don't expect, because you kind of allow the top 10 to cross the start-finish line most times, or I guess most instances where there's stages. The lap that the stage ends, the field will come by, the top 10 comes through the start-finish line, the scoring loop, and then the caution comes out. I think the caution came out there as the top 10 crossed the line to start lap 80 instead of end lap 80. So, at that, I believe Daniel Micho has gone on then to win the stage. Mario Miranda 2nd, Chris Shoemaker 3rd, Lawson Peel 4th, Dustin Reeves 5th, Curtis Kelly 6th, Steve Stempy in 7th, Brian Curry in 8th, Joe Sanchez 9th, and Dakota Curtis will find himself back up inside the top 10. And now, if you're going to split this race in half, this is as close as you're going to get to a caution at the halfway point. If you already pitted the first time and you can make it on fuel, you might as well stay out. We'll see. Here comes the 25. No.
Interesting call
Actually,
here.
I believe it's like, no, that's the front straightaway pit lane. So these drivers are going to go ahead and stay out. So, with that being said, we already talked to our Stage 1 winner, Daniel Micho, who swept the stages. Let's see if we can find a driver who's had the wild night that is. The driver of the number 99, Mario Miranda, and we have found him. I'm going to go ahead and bring him on up. Actually, Devin, I'm going to send him your way. 2nd place driver, Mario Miranda. Devin?
Hey, Mario Miranda, this is Devin in the booth. Have you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Hey, my friend, you have had a very up and down night. You've been up at the lead. You've been back around 19th, and now you're back up to 2nd. Kind of walk us through your night so far and how you found your way back up here to the front.
It's very chaotic, but I think the main thing you have to take out of it is just being confident in your car, confident where you want to place it, and confidence is key. And other drivers that don't have that, they're going to be passive, and you're able to make up spots doing that.
Well, I just want to talk about the contact there with the 55 real quick, if we can. You made contact there in the lead trying to get around these lap cars. Now you and the 25 have started to catch these lap cars very quickly, and you were right back on the bumper of him at the end of the stage. Is that something that's really providing an ample passing opportunity to catch them when they are going through lap traffic?
Oh, definitely, most definitely. I mean, me and Show made contact earlier, and he pulled away, but that was just dirt racing, and I was content with 2nd. But those lap cars, if they're too wide in front of you, it's really hard to make it 3. And if you do make it 3, it's hard to pass them because they technically have the preferred line. So lap cars are definitely an easy way to get back to where you want to be.
Well, I just heard the 1 to go call, so we'll let you get back to it, my friend. Good luck the rest of the way, and maybe we'll be talking to you on the far end.
All right, thank you guys so much.
Driver of the number 99, Mario Miranda there. To the inside now as Micho has elected the outside lane for this restart. Here we go. And we'll go at it again. DiRacing.com safety vehicle. Make that hard left-hand turn into the safety pit lane. And Micho's on it hard. We're back to racing from Bristol. Miranda is in the wall, and Micho has really opened up an advantage now.
Yeah, Miranda was not able to stay with Michel that time, and he's hit the wall a couple times. He's in the wall again. That's going to allow more cars to get by him, as we see Peel's already gone by, Shoemaker's gone by, and also Cutley is trying to get by as the caution comes out.
Caution on the speedway. It's going to be Warren, Kyle Keefe around in the 18 of Ray Rogers, both trying to get their way back, rolling back here off of turn number 4. See if we can find a replay and see what happened to the 42 and the 18. Fortunately, it's going to be really hard to make out what happened here with what's going on back here. Looks like there's maybe contact up ahead, and Keith got into the 18 of Rogers and kind of subsided there. Fortunately, we're not going to have a replay of that. But what I did see was Rogers and Keith made contact, and you can see Rogers is missing a front end. Keith believes the damage is heavy enough that it's going to warrant him a pit stop as well. And 60 laps to go. It's quickly becoming a war of attrition out here. We have 24 cars on the lead lap at that. Mario Miranda has made his way into the pit lane. So, was it a mistake to maybe stay out at the stage?
I'm not sure here. I know that all of these cautions, if Michel has stayed out, maybe all of these cautions are allowing him to hit that fuel number that he needs to hit to make it all the way. I'm not too sure. We'll have to see and keep an eye on Miranda the rest of the way. See what he does to make it back through this field and how much, how much he's able to make up. So it's going to be really interesting to watch his progress. But with all these cautions, it's only benefiting that 25 car more and more, just to make his fuel numbers to possibly get him to the end.
So back up, let's catch up with the other driver who was way up at the front of this pack. He qualified on pole, our pole sitter here, with 55 of Joe Sanchez. He's again, he's been all over this field as well. He's been as low as 16th. He's been around a couple times. He's been in the wall. He's been everywhere. And he's still found himself in a decent position. He's up into the 7th position. And trying to see here, looks like the field is doubling up. So I guess we shall see the Wonder Green potentially this time by the start-finish line. Lawson Peel, though, this is, again, the driver who kind of showed out at Circuit of the Americas. He was the only driver to kind of keep pace. He actually chased down Mario Miranda at Circuit of the Americas. There was contact. Unfortunately, it was somewhat incidental contact, but Lawson Peel was chasing him down nonetheless. And they were able to, Lawson Peel was able to go on and win. And I remember him in that interview saying something about, now I can get back to racing, or now I can really get back into oval racing or something like that. And it kind of took me by surprise because he's kind of already been racing this series, and that win at Coda kind of, propelled him up into the point standings. So I think it's just something with that new wave of confidence of like a win, especially at a track like Circuit of the Americas. That's a very difficult track that's kind of fueled a spark in him. And here at Bristol Dirt, another difficult track, can be intriguing. The iRacing.com safety vehicle back in the pit lane. Let's go at it again. 58 laps to go from Bristol. Curtis Kelly on the outside, trying to make something happen around Lawson Peel.
Yeah, he's taken that outside lane, that 4th position, and really made it work. Got a great jump, and he gets up to 2nd place. Is Kelly in the 29 now. He's got the task of chasing down this 25, who's kind of become the class of the field ever since he took over the lead. He's got both stage wins, looking to get the outright win here tonight if anyone can catch him. And, man, it's going to be interesting if they stay green flag for long, because we heard it in our interview with Miranda. Once you catch the back end of this field, it could become a different ball game altogether of trying to stay out front.
Now Kelly is powered by Lawson Peel. Now Peel finds himself battling it out with Chris Shoemaker here. He rides him. Oh, really sideways to that slick stuff. Oh, and around goes the 6 of Dustin Reeves, and the caution's going to come out.
Ooh, and the 14 barely gets it wound up in time. But he does and avoids contact with the 6. But, yeah, you saw it on the back end camera there. That the 6 went around, hit the wall, and it just spun him all the way around. That brings up another caution, and these guys just really, again, we cannot get into a great groove tonight. It seems like these guys up in the front.
He hit the 81 there of Steven Stempian, and he went around. So there is something going on here. We're going to go ahead and try to get this figured out. So we're going to take a quick break real quick. We'll be right back to the racing action here from Bristol in 1 moment. Don't you go anywhere.
Hi everyone, I'm Max Papis, founder of MPI. Let me introduce you to a line that we developed in MPI that is really dear to me. The MPI Sim Max. Obviously, Sim Max, the guy here. The reason of birth of Sim Max is the fact that nowadays I believe that sim racing and virtual racing is exactly the platform to start. I consider sim racing and virtual racing very similar to the experience I had in go-kart when I started in my racing. And let me introduce you to our line of authentic steering wheel created specifically for the sim community. What I'm really proud is that I own MPI, the steering wheel company, and I'm building the steering wheel. This is my creation.
This is yours.
Yes.
It's so sexy.
The steering wheel, it's a very unique thing. It's shaped on the hand of Scott Dixon.
His hand.
Yeah. This grip has 27% more grip feel than suede. Scott in the race is gonna make less effort when he drives. When you're in the car, it's like lifting, it's like having 40-pound dumbbell like this, maybe more in the car.
For how long?
3.5 hours. You know, average heart rate in the car, never below 150. Never below 150. You need to be a real athlete to drive.
Yeah.
They exercise every day. So this is my creation. Amazing. And we did.
Polar. Yeah. Needed F-150 for Smith build.
Got it.
Yesterday.
I know.
Don't forget my BMW.
Gotcha. Check this out. All the major online automotive sites in one place. BMW, done. F-150, done.
How's he do it?
I can search nationwide, even those classified sites. Auto Tempest, all the cars, one search. That's how I do it.
Sound Art introduces an entirely new way to listen to music in your home. By combining the best of two products, a revolutionary high-fidelity, low-profile Bluetooth wireless speaker with beautiful artwork. Select from a library of artwork or upload your own photos to personalize your experience. Sound Art ushers in an era of invisible, beautiful, and amazing sound throughout your home and redefines your entire entertainment system. The need to reclaim your floor space and rid your home of unsightly speaker boxes that need to be bolted to the wall is now a thing of the past. Our canvas is printed on high-quality permalite by Breathing Color. And select from our gallery or upload your own. Standard sizes include 16 by 20 and 18 by 24 canvas wrapped. Custom sizing is available, as well as surround sound options.
Back to the racing action here from the Bristol Motor Speedway. Apologies for missing the restart, but it's still Daniel Michel out in front. Joe Sanchez still keeps himself up here into the top 5, and Sanchez is actually going around now sideways. They're off of turn 2. He's going to lose some more time, and that front end looks pretty beat in there for the 55. He's going to slide on up in front of the 6 of Dustin Reeves. The paint schemes will certainly come in here in a moment's time, but as far as the issue on iron, looks like that is at least subsided for the time being. And we'll be able to get you at that racing coverage now going forward. Dakota Curtis has found himself up in the 6. He's sizing up V81 Estempian.
Yeah, he dives into the inside, trying to make that inside lane work. It looks like his car's very stable down there for the moment. He's able to be side by side and get the pass done on the inside. Is the number 1 car of Curtis Estempian. Sees his lose and drop out of the top 5, but Michel is still up front. We did miss a restart there, but he has opened up a second gap back to Kelly, and then
Kelly is really sideways.
Yeah, he's really fighting it in the straightaways, and that's allowing Shoemaker to stay right with him and start to challenge him for that second spot. Big run for Shoemaker. You can see it in the rear view camera there. Big run off of the turn, and looking to do another one as he tries the inside. Not able to make it stick that time, but man, is that 4 car really looking good at this point in the race.
Shoemaker nearly making contact there with the left rear of Curtis Kelly's machine. And when this track gets as used up as it is now, you saw it right there. Curtis Kelly bouncing up and down over the bumps there off of turns 2 and 4. It gets really bumpy there, and these cars are really hanging on for dear life because the cars sit so low to the ground, and the track gets that used up. Shoemaker kind of catches the wall once again, and he's gonna try. You see right there, huge jump off of turn 2, and that's just the nature of the track. And these drivers have to try to keep their throttle somewhat down over that to keep their momentum up. We got some lap traffic here.
Big lap traffic stack up here.
Oh, that's gonna Shoemaker in the wall, and around is the 54. Everybody makes it through, but Mahar goes around, and the caution will come out. Mahar and the 54 are Brandon Banks, the two drivers in this one.
Yep, and we had enough green flag laps that we started to see those lap traffic, and that's when we've been seeing. Once they catch that, if there's a couple of lap traffic guys side by side, that seems to be where the problems are occurring.
And these guys, they've been racing for a while.
Yeah, they have. You can see the leader's already gone by them. He's already about a half a straightaway ahead. Here comes the 29 trying to find a way through. The 4 sends it on the outside, and just the 54 just lost it by himself, and then the contact there with the 29 and the 18.
Yeah, the 19 was just trying to keep it going in the right direction, but lost a little bit of lost the rear end there. So that allowed Kelly to dive it through the middle of the spinning car on the left. And let's get another replay of it because I'm trying to describe this, and we can go ahead and show it. But again, it was Kelly trying to dive through the spinning car on the left and the sliding car on the outside lane. Let's see here. Let's run on board with Curtis Kelly as he approaches his lap traffic. So you see how difficult it is right now. Look at how darkened the surface of this track is. That's a lot of rubber going all over this track now. That's really really making these drivers search for any bit of grip. You see that very light brown stuff right there? That's where the grip is. But here we go. He catches up to Banks and the 19 of Mahar. And Kelly sees the car spinning, the car slide. Oh, I guess that didn't help either. The 19 slid into the side of Kelly, and the Shoemaker had nowhere to go but into the back of Mahar. And that set Mahar spinning up the track. Let's go one more time with Mahar. We're right on board with Mahar too, so you can see just how difficult it is. They're trying to struggle for that grip. Not even breaking 6,000 RPM down the straightaway.
Yeah, and you can see in the rearview mirror he has all the leaders coming by him and just nowhere to go for him. He kind of loses it trying to stay out of the way and ends up being right in the middle of it. But, yeah, very not so great race for Mahar so far. But the leader, still the 25 of Michelle. We did want to say that we wanted to keep track on Miranda after he made that pit stop. He is back up to the 11th position currently, so
look at him go.
looking to make his way back up through the field now. Definitely know that he's good on gas till the end. The tires are brand new as well.
Okay, I'll put it in the water yellow though.
In the center of the turn, yeah, but I mean, I don't think that's anywhere to where he already had damage there, right?
Nah. These cars, I have to say, these cars normally when you hit a wall, I mean, you don't want to ever hit a wall, but in these cars feel very sensitive on the sides of these cars. Most tracks, where if you hit a wall, you kind of knock a toe link out of place, and your suspension is damaged almost the rest of the race. It feels like these cars have been beefed up here for the dirt, added reinforcement on the sides. You can kind of bang it off the wall a little bit more and not lose the suspension. Either that or you're just steering so much you don't feel the suspension damage. But it feels like these cars have been beefed up more for dirt, at least here on the sim side, and is much more appreciative. You know, you don't have to be scared to hit the wall. You just kind of, right? Obviously, you don't want to hit the wall. You still lose time, but hitting the wall is almost incidental when it comes to dirt racing. Here we go again. The iRacing.com safety vehicle back into the safety pit lane. We're racing once again from Bristol. A lot of slow cars back there. Looks like they're able to keep it going. And looks like
Somebody
now.
got forced down pit road.
Yeah,
Sorry to cut you off there.
Yeah, Nine's actually now brought it down to pit lane. No, there's one car going down pit lane. Mahar was very slow there. Got action all over the place here.
And the caution's out again.
And that one's going to come out. I believe that's a 7. No, the Mach is fine. Not Knighton. Where did this one happen? It might have been Mach. Mach was the slowest driver on timing and scoring when that yellow came out. Let's try to see what had happened. No, I don't think it was him. Try to see. Up here. Caution's already out.
I'm not sure where the caution was on the track when it came out. There was a lot of action on that restart. A couple of guys got around, but were able to keep it kind of going in the right direction and at least not lose enough speed where iRacing threw the caution. But one car did get forced down pit road. I do believe that was, I'm not sure exactly who it was, but one car got forced down pit road. Kind of just had to go all the way down. I'm not sure if that was an unsafe entry or what, but
with the fish shot, let's try to see if we can spot the inside. The caution just comes out.
I think it may have been in response to what happened on the restart. iRacing did not throw the caution. There was a couple cars that spun around in turn 1 right on the restart about halfway through the middle of the field.
We're going to get the restart replay event because there's a lot that went on back here in the middle of this pack. I was a little concerned because we had so many cars sideways back here. Mach got sent down to pit lane, I believe, and Mahar was sideways back here as well. So let's try to see what happened. 3 wide there. Contact between the 3 and the 2. Oh goodness.
The 2 goes around.
Travis Stevens around into the heart of the pack. That
84 around.
Mahar tried to make it through. It has not been Joseph Mahar's day. Not at all.
And the 84 just took the reset. That's why we saw him on pit road.
It has not been Joseph Mahar's day today. So it took us a moment to find that caution. We still have 2 laps to green. I wanna go ahead and bring on up a driver. I'm gonna bring on up driver of the number 53, Lawson Peel. Lawson, so you had your win back at Code a couple weeks ago. You said something about getting back to oval racing. Since then, it really seems like it's lit a new fire under you. And you're having a great run here at the dirt at Bristol. Kind of talk to us about it and how good of a run is this really?
Well, it's exceeded my expectations. I'm pleased with how it's going so far. I've never been trying to get back into oval racing. That's all I've ever been into. I'm a big oval racer. I'd be cool with every track being an oval. So I've been working on my road recently, and, I had a good breakout race there at Coda. This dirt is just, hit or miss. Once this track wears out, it's tough. I mean, we got huge ramp bumps on the backstretch right now, so giving everybody fits the rest of the race. We're gonna have to deal with that for another 29 more laps.
Sure thing. Y'all get ready to go back to racing here. Want to get you back to the right room. Yep. Drinking Bros Racing, right?
Yep, that's me.
Right on. All right, Lawson, best luck to you.
Yep.
Driver of the number 53, Lawson Peel there. Again, a great story. He had said something about that, getting back into racing, but let's get back to it. Back into this racing, the iRacing.com safety vehicle. Back into the safety pit lane. We're racing again from Bristol. Slipping and sliding, finding the grip. There ain't much out there, but we'll see it around. Ghost cars in the middle of the field. Stempian and Scootover, and this could be big.
Yeah, caution's out again as we see quite a few cars stop down on the bottom. Man, that was very interesting there. A lot of cars got banged up together on the inside lane. A couple cars go around.
It looked like the one of Dakota Curtis was involved in this one as well. I think it was a stack up on the bottom side.
Yeah, the 29 really slid the tires on the restart. It looks like that's kind of what semi-stacked everybody up getting into turn 1.
Oh, the 9 slid up from the top of the track.
Oh.
Bill Schoonover, Dakota Curtis, and Stempian. The 2 drivers, unfortunately, I kind of loop it around. See if we can see what happened to Schoonover. Was it contact, or did he just slide down the track? Let's see here. 9 and Bill Schoonover up on that top side, sliding to the outside of Lawson, peeling into the corner. He just hits the slick stuff.
Oh, yeah, it just kind of turned down on him.
He's able to get back going. Fortunately, not the same for Dakota Curtis or Steven Stempian.
Yeah, one car that drove right through the middle of that incident, Miranda. He stopped right after the stage on the first caution after the stage.
He's back to 6th.
He's back to 6th already. Yeah, he's got no front end. The hood's still there, but no front end. But he is back up to 6th, and he drove kind of right through that incident. And man, he's made his way back through the field. Look for him at the end of this race, possibly with 25 laps to go now. It's going to be a very interesting ride to the end of this race. Again, we've not really had a significant amount of green flag laps. The laps do tick off pretty quickly here under green, though. But we haven't been able to get that green flag run in. And only thing that's benefited is this 25 car. He has not stopped. Michelle has not stopped for tires or gas. And with all these cautions, it's really making it so he doesn't have to, Emerson.
Well, somebody else that has, really been able to take advantage of kind of this track position, these cautions, is driver of the number 29, Curtis Kelly. And I kind of want to send him your way, Devin, and kind of find out what we can from the second place driver.
Hello, 29 car of Curtis Kelly. This is Devin in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
Hey, you're sitting there in second place, getting down to the nitty gritty here of this dirt race. What do you have for our leader the rest of the way here?
I mean, his restarts have been good. They've been fast. It's really just trying to get that track position right off the bat and get to him as soon as I can. I mean, if we start getting going, I don't know if we'll get there, but hopefully it keeps slicking off, because if it does, I think I've got something.
Well, I like that confidence here as we get down. It looks like the track is getting pretty slick. That inside lane, very tough to get started on. We saw you whip the tail around on the last restart. Kind of walk us through what you're thinking for this restart as you're about to go green.
I mean, just keeping it ready to go. Third gear, just going to send it, coming to the last corner, so I'm just going to ready up. Thanks.
All right, appreciate it. We'll let you get back to racing. Have a good rest of the way.
Driver of the number 29, Curtis Kelly. They're on the inside of row number 1. Daniel Mitchell leads us back to racing from Bristol. And look who is up to second. It is Mario Miranda, trying to get himself back into this race after that interesting pit called caution on the speedway. Steven Stempian around again.
And Miranda back to second.
And Joseph Bahar again.
Oh,
no.
Joseph Bahar. Oh, no. Yeah, I think that's the third or fourth incident. We've actually caught him in.
So I believe this actually happens with Mahar. The 18 of Ray Rogers is in the wall. Mahar way down the bottom side. Ray Rogers comes down the track, clips Schoonover. And Schoonover went around with Stempian, and Mahar just went around there as well. Let's see what happened to Schoonover again. That's the second time he sent down the track. This time, I don't believe this one was of his own doing. He's catching the 54 here. Brandon Banks trying to get by him, go over the bumps there in turn 2. Send it up the inside. No, it was Ray Rogers. That's right.
Oh, Ray Rogers. Yeah.
And Ray Rogers came down the track, also clipped Mahar. That was part of that incident. Something happened with Ray Rogers then. Or it might have been just the dirt getting to him. Let's see if we can find out Ray Rogers' perspective of all this. He's already 3 wide here.
And he's in the wall there on the front.
He's trying to stay out of the way.
And
and there's just no grip up there.
Yeah,
He's all slick. And there he goes around as well. A lot of cars went around there.
Yeah, the track's starting to get the better of these drivers as it gets slicker.
It really is.
And it's really hard to control. So I think that was just a recipe there, just being up on the top line and gassing it up, and the car just goes around on you. But, yeah, you see the 99 car there back right behind the 25. And are they looking for pit?
Oh, are they pitting? No, I think they're just running on the bottom side of the racetrack to find any dirt.
Taking us out here in the booth, I was getting... It's like, oh, what's happening here? It might be a little late for that, but yeah, we're getting down almost 17 laps to go. Looks like the 25 may be saving fuel. That might be what he's doing, trying to keep as much fuel in the car.
I
I'm
forgot
not sure,
about that.
But yeah, that looks like what he's doing there. He's got to be getting close, but all these cautions are helping him. But one thing that's not is the 99 sitting there in second. Brand new tires on that 99 compared to everyone else in the field.
99 doesn't have to worry about fuel. He might have gotten fresh tires, and we've seen in real life anyway, the fresh tires actually seem to be somewhat beneficial. We saw Ben Rhodes get it done last night in the Truck Series race. We've seen fresh tires right now in the Cup race, kind of doing their thing. And Mario Miranda has darted his way through the field on his fresh tires. This is an intriguing call. At this moment, I do want to give a quick shout out to our partners here at the MPI Cup Series, Max Pappas Innovations. And once again, Max Pappas Innovations, the series namesake, takes every aspect of construction and safety to heart. In the most accurate and dedicated way possible, Max Pappas's goal has always been to apply his experience and knowledge to produce a state-of-the-art product for the racing community. And, of course, Auto Tempest saves you time, effort, and guesswork when buying a car. By gathering results from all the top used car websites, Auto Tempest makes it easy so you can spend less time looking for your ideal car and more time driving it. So here we go, the field getting ready to duke it out once again. We now have 16 laps to go. Daniel Michel has found himself in this prime position of the race lead, but Mario Miranda on the fresher tires to his inside. We're racing again from Bristol. And we got cars going around in the back. We'll see if they can keep it going in the right direction. Looks like we're still good back there. We'll continue on.
Yep.
Oh, contact! Curtis is going to go around.
He keeps it moving, but he goes right back up in front. Oh, man, he's able to keep it to the bottom, but he goes all the way to the back of the field. A great run for the 29 as he made contact with the 99 of Miranda. Miranda trying to hunt down the 25, and he is rolling the bottom, Emerson, on these new tires. Or newer tires, I should say.
Well, while there's not a lot of grip on this track, there's a very thin strip up top and a very thin strip on the bottom side, but Miranda's not even hitting that thin strip. Miranda's just trying to slide it through the slick, and he's saying, you know what, there's no grip out here, might as well just make the most of what we got. And when you have a track like this, Devin, and I know you haven't done too much dirt racing, but how important is it to modulate the throttle when there is no grip? I mean, this is essentially like driving on ice or driving in water with slick tires. And caution's out on the speedway. We'll pick that up on the yellow.
The 85 around big incident. The 29.
Oh, Curtis Kelly
involved. 01.
A 45 of Brad Fulham. Oh, goodness.
75
gracious.
Stuck in the water barrels.
Oh no. Oh no, Charles Feltz is in trouble.
Oh, he's able to get it. Okay, he's able to get going. Not the other.
Maybe he was just waiting. Well, let's try to figure out what happened there. Multi-car incident. We saw the 85 of Judd Danielson at the heart of this one, and here we go. Danielson in the slick by himself, slides, and right in the middle of the field.
And nowhere for these drivers
Fulham
to go.
And Curtis tried to avoid him. The 01 of Parker Bland gets involved. The 31 of Daniel Holdcroft. You see the 84 of Chris Knighton that down there. The 75 of Charles Phelps. A lot of this was incidental.
It was just trying to avoid the
right.
car in the center of the turn, the 85 car. So, man, that's unfortunate for the 29. Having such a great run, he gets forced to the back, and then he's involved in that. He almost went over, too. Got up on two wheels there for a second.
Let's see. Let's see it here. Maybe did I pick up the wrong turn? I might have just picked up the wrong turn. Here we go. You kind of see everything right there. Kind of occur on the left side of the track. Where does the 75 get? Oh, goodness. Oh! That's where the 75 got in it.
Luckily, he did get stuck there. It's really easy to get stuck on those barrels, and the only way to escape is to reset the car. And luckily, that did not happen. He hit him with not enough force, luckily, and is not going to get stuck. He's able to drive away.
Well, Devin, we are now into the final 10 laps, and I do want to pick up on the point I was trying to get to you about how important is it to modulate the throttle when there is no grip out there.
Really important. We see what happens. The 85 just went around by himself. If you're not modulating the throttle correctly, if you give it too much gas or even too little, you can go around very easily in these cars on this slick surface now. So you pretty much got to be perfect from here on out. If you aren't, the car will loop around on you, especially with the pinion steering. It's very sensitive, very touchy. So if it's not set up correctly and it's not where you want it, it's very easy to loop this car around, as we've seen for most of the night. These guys really having a lot of trouble keeping these cars straight when it gets slick. And, man, it's going to get very, very crazy from here on out. We saw the 25. He gets those great launches. And the 99's just not able to keep up with him on that short run. Can he do it here on this short run this time? He's not going to have many laps left. And that 25 is in prime position to possibly come away with this win here at Bristol Dirt.
Quick look at the weather. It is maintained nearly its exact same state. The track temp has gone up 1 degree Fahrenheit. Here we go. Getting ready to do battle once again. This time by will be 7 laps to go. VIRacing.com safety vehicle finds its safety in the pit lane. Racing once again from Bristol Dirt. And we're going to have a wreck in the back. Are they going to save it? No massive wreck back there. There we go.
A lot of cars involved in this one. Cars still wrecking in the back. One car goes down pit lane. Man, that was right in the heart of the field and a lot of drivers involved.
Oh my goodness. Well, here we go. This is the replay of the restart. This is the 10 of Wyatt bracket. I know he was just involved in this. I don't know if he was near the start of it. There's the 88s.
Oh, the 88s. And
Justin Winters.
First.
Yeah, Winters actually gets away scot-free for the most part. That is unfortunate. A lot of incidental contact. Not even close.
Guys trying to avoid the initial wreck and then end up getting in wrecks of their own. But yeah, it looks like the 88 kind of lost it again with the track state. Just kind of lost it on his own and got right into the center of these cars coming, and
you
just
get to see it all.
Up.
Car hits the inside wall bracket. Dakota Curtis involved. A couple cars go down the pit lane. Yeah, car hits the barrels. Luckily, he didn't get stuck in the barrels. And yeah, chain reaction.
But what that's going to set up is possibly a green-white checker or a natural green-white checker here in this race. It's going to be very interesting. Now, I mean, will we even get enough green flags in to get the green-white checkers in, Emerson?
You know, that is an intriguing thought. We only have 3 green-white checkered attempts. At that, think about it. Does Daniel Michel have the field to do it? I want to give a shout out to Sarah Mays and Jasmine Jasmine S saying, "Come on, Daniel Michel." Sarah May said it was the shortest way around the track. That's why Michel was right in the bottom. But Jasmine's out there rooting Daniel Michel. And while Michel's in that primed position, will the field last? Will Michel last? And does Miranda have anything for Michel on these restarts that Daniel Michel gets to control? Daniel Michel is the leader. What that means is he dictates when the field accelerates. He must be the first car to accelerate for a start to be deemed legal. Mario Miranda on the inside lane has to wait for him to accelerate before he can accelerate. And I mean, it could be, it could be instantaneous, within the thousandth of a second. But Michel has to start the race or restart the race. And Devin, we still have the lights on with 3 laps to go, so this will be the first attempt at a green-white checkered.
It will, and now that we're in this territory, again, like you said, it brings up the fuel question in the 25 car. He has not pit. He has not taken tires. Will he last to the end? All of these cautions are helping him, but now could these cautions start to hurt him?
Does Daniel Michel have enough fuel saved up? That really is the the biggest question. Well, we shall see. I mean, we're gonna see really quickly down the back straightaway. There's only 19 cars on the lead lap, and really, it's been so chaotic. I still can't count any of them out. Here we go. VIRacing.com safety vehicle. It's gonna make that hard left-hand turn down into the safety of pit lane. The field all the way up by the wall. We're racing once again from Bristol. Overtime in the MPI Cup Series. Slip and slide. Looks like we have a couple cars sideways, but we're going to continue on. Mario Miranda, now, does he have what it takes to get up there? We're coming to the white flag, presented by Whiplash Simcams.
We take the white flag, so this is going to be it. Next car to cross the line, first car to cross the line here wins it, as Miranda sends it as far as he can. Try to
dive into the inside. Can he slick the slider? Michel slides on entry, and Mario Miranda with a last lap pass is gonna win at Bristol Dirt. How about it?
What a send by the 99 car entering turn 3. It looks like Michel was really fighting the mirror there. He was driving with his eyes behind him, trying to see where Miranda was going to send it, and just missed the entry to the turn that really compromised him in the center and allowed the 99 to drive by and pick up his second win of the season.
Mario Miranda, he thought he should have won it at Coda, but was very dominant in this race last year. A lot of momentum headed to his side. He got up to battle it out with Joe Sanchez, the pole sitter, early on in this race. He found himself mired back in the middle of the pack. He had to work his way from down in the depths of the teens back to the front of the field. Then the stage 2 caution happened, where we expected most drivers to pit. He stayed out. A caution then happened a little later. He pitted with 60 laps to go to find himself at the tail end of the lead lap. And then Mario Miranda, with his fresh tires, drives it through the field and goes on to win the race. And he is going to be coming on up. Mario Miranda now gets it done with that last lap overtake into turn 3. Mario, how did you set up that lunge into turn 3, and how was it?
I don't know. You gotta tell me. I'm so pumped up on adrenaline and, to be honest, painkillers for my broken leg. But oh my goodness, I don't know. The door opened. It was weird. It was the best restart I've had against him this whole race, and I was able to stay close. He was defending the inside line, and he was running the outside all day, so it looked like he was just uncomfortable down there, and then the door opened.
So we know how well we were able to see just how difficult it was out there with the track completely slicked off, a very thin line on the top, even thinner line on the bottom side of any sort of fresh dirt. We saw you kind of rolling that bottom side, which Was that you kind of just putting your arms up and say, well, there's not really grip anywhere, might as well just run the shortest way around, or what kind of got you to that bottom side later in this race?
I always like running the bottom side. Even with last season, the bottom was the quickest way around when it was slicked off, and I feel comfortable down the bottom. I'm able to control the car a lot better. The car just seems to sit better down there, and then sometimes compared to someone who knows how to run the top very well, like Michelle earlier in the race, it's not the quickest way around, and you kind of have to change your line. But I'm most comfortable down there, and at the end, he was going defensive down there, and I was like, hey, I know I'm quicker down here than him, so I just have to do my best down, well, like do the best I have.
Now, maybe you're not even thinking about it, but you did finish one spot ahead of Lawson Peel, who ended up beating you out at Coda. Does this kind of make up for Coda? Or have you already moved past that? Was this a whole different race? And because you dominated last year's race, you were just kind of expecting to do a similar thing tonight?
I kind of forgot about Dakota, but you know, I'm not seeking for revenge, but you know, me and Lawson are great people, and you know, him finishing second after all he's been through tonight. Yeah, I guess I can private message him later and be like, haha, that's what you get. But yeah, it's all in good sport.
We're gonna get the replay here of the last lap send right now on the broadcast, and we saw Michel kind of slide up into that slick, kind of have his rear tires up on that high side, and that bottom side opened up. You were kind of ripping and gripping that bottom side when there was really no grip, and it looked like he still had the throttle down as he was still sliding up the track, and the rest was history. It looked like he had no chance, Mario.
Yeah, he had those bumps off the exit of turn 2. He just if you don't hit him straight or just hit him in any sort of way wrong, it really messes you up. And he went all the way down to almost the inside wall on the backstretch, and I saw a door open. I was going to try to pass him on the outside, so try to get underneath them, and I was prepared to rub doors, but you know, I'm glad it didn't come to that. I was able to make the move cleanly.
Well, coming up is, again, the Talladega Super Speedway. How do you feel about that? Now you have a couple wins on the season. Kind of maybe go up there and just have a little bit of fun at Dega, or is you going off a game plan?
Dega, I'm really looking forward to. You know, I won it last year, and I'm really confident with that track. Plate racing always seems to, even though I don't find myself the strongest, always seems to work out in a certain way to where I'm in the top 5 or top 10 and a spot to win. I'm really excited, and you know, next week I could have a Bruzy Racewear is going to be on the car full time for next week's race, so I can't wait to, you know, get that paint scheme out on track for everyone to see.
Right on. Well, Mario, I guess if we look back to last season, we were expecting a dominant performance, but you know what? You fought through the field not once but twice in a chaotic race and a remarkable last lap turn of events, Mario. Somehow, some way, you ended up as the winner of this race through all of that adversity. Congratulations, buddy. And yeah, best luck to you in the upcoming races. Hopefully we talk to you a little bit more later on. And yeah, congratulations. Go celebrate hard, man.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for the broadcast, and I'll see you guys next Sunday.
Absolutely. Driver of the number 99, Mario Miranda, and a well-deserved win. That was a driver we kind of kept our eyes on all throughout the race, and with reason, he showed up at the right moment. I cannot fathom that. I was not expecting, with the slicked up track that we had, that we're gonna get a last lap pass for the lead, Devin. What say you about that amazing finish?
Yeah, I think Mario hit it right on the head. The 25 car of Daniel Michel just started defending the bottom. He hasn't run there all night long, and for some reason he decided to go down there to try and block that lane, even though that's not where his car was most comfortable. And yeah, I think that was the ultimate undoing. I think if we go back and you will be interviewing him later. I think if he had to do it again, he may have stayed up on the top lane where he was comfortable, knowing that there was speed up there that he had for all of the race, dominating pretty much the entire race, and just not able to complete it at the end. But Man, what a finish. What a crazy race for our race winner, Mario Miranda, as we take a look at the unofficial results, Emerson.
Yep, Mario Miranda with the win, and I have to make sure that says 5 laps led, because Mario Miranda, he only led 5 laps. Goodness gracious. What a race. Lawson Peel comes home in second. Our Circuit of the Americas winner, Daniel Michel. What could have been heartbreak on the other side of that. Daniel Michel fought so hard. He dominated tonight. Absolutely dominated. Found himself in the right place there in stage 1. As Sanchez and Miranda got together, and Michel took it and ran with it. He wanted track position. He took it. He made it to the end of the race on fuel, and he only gets third out of it. It is. I know third is great, but that is painful. We'll get to hear from him here in a bit. Joe Sanchez comes home in 4th. Richard Swavely in 5th. Chris Shoemaker in 6th. Brian Curry comes home in 7th. Dustin Reeves in 8th. Bill Schoonover in 9th. And Curtis Kelly rounds out the top 10. Devin?
Yeah, and then we hit back into the 11th position. Dakota Curtis there in the 1 car comes home 11th. Austin Shoemaker in 12th. Wyatt Brackett comes home in 13th. Brad Fulham there in 14th. Travis Stevens in the 2 car. We saw him go around late in the race, but he's able to come out with a 15th place finish. Steven Stempian there in the 81 car in 16th. James Kunkel in the 3 car in 17th. Justin Winters in 18th. Garrett Brown in 19th. And then the 1st car a lap down, Casey Knighton in 20th.
The rest of Heartbreakers Row, 21st is Ray Rogers. 22nd, Warren Kyle Keefe. They're 4 laps down. Joseph Mahar still sees the checkered flag, even if it's 5 laps down. He finishes 23rd. Isaac Mock finishes 24th, 13 laps down. Kip Easley, 25th, 13 laps off the pace. Charles Phelps in 26th, 14 laps down. Brandon Banks finishes this race out in the 27th position, 17 laps down. Daniel Holdcroft, 28th. 23 laps down. Parker Blandon, 29 laps down. And Ryan Kendall in 30th, 63 laps down. Zach Wilson, our dominant Richmond race winner, finishes 31st, 99 laps down. And Judd Danielson will finish 32nd, 151 laps down. I don't think that's entirely accurate since he was still... it says he was 24th, 10 laps down, so don't believe that's entirely accurate. Judd Danielson should be, 24th. So I guess everybody else moved down 1 spot. Don't exactly know why Danielson is not scored correctly there. But with that being said, we still have more post-race coverage to go here from the dirt at Bristol. Don't you go anywhere. Post-race coverage continues on the far side of this break.
Sound Art introduces an entirely new way to listen to music in your home. By combining the best of 2 products, a revolutionary high-fidelity, low-profile Bluetooth wireless speaker with beautiful artwork. Select from a library of artwork or upload your own photos to personalize your experience. Sound Art ushers in an era of invisible, beautiful, and amazing sound throughout your home and redefines your entire entertainment system. The need to reclaim your floor space and rid your home of unsightly speaker boxes that need to be bolted to the wall is now a thing of the past. Our canvas is printed on high-quality permalite by Breathing Color. And select from our gallery or upload your own. Standard sizes include 16 by 20 and 18 by 24 canvas wrapped. Custom sizing is available, as well as surround sound options.
Hi everyone, I'm Max Papis, founder of MPI. Let me introduce you to a line that we developed in MPI that is really dear to me. The MPI SimMax. Obviously, SimMax, the guy here. The reason of birth of SimMax is the fact that nowadays I believe that sim racing and virtual racing is exactly the platform to start. I consider sim racing and virtual racing very similar to the experience I had in go-kart when I started in my racing. And let me introduce you to our line of authentic steering wheel created specifically for the sim community. What I'm really proud is that I own MPI, the steering wheel company, and I'm building the steering wheel. This is my creation.
This is yours.
Yes.
It's so sexy.
The steering wheel, it's a very unique thing. It's shaped on the hand of Scott Dixon.
His hand.
Yeah. This grip has 27% more grip feel than suede. Scott in the race is gonna make less effort when he drives. When you're in the car, it's like having 40-pound dumbbell like this, maybe more in the car.
For how long?
3.5 hours. You know, average heart rate in the car, never below 150. Never below 150. You need to be a real athlete to drive.
Yeah.
They exercise every day. So this is my creation. Amazing. And we did.
Polar.
Yeah.
Needed F-150 for Smith build.
Got it.
Yesterday.
I know.
Don't forget my BMW.
Gotcha. Check this out. All the major online automotive sites in one place. BMW, done. F-150, done.
How's he do it?
I can search nationwide, even those classified sites. Auto Tempest, all the cars, one search. That's how I do it.
Welcome, race fans, back to the virtual Bristol Motor Speedway covered in dirt. We're now in the post-race coverage here of tonight's. It's dirt, baby. Dirty Air 300. Again, a fantastic race. I think a fantastic race for Dirty Air. They got a wild, chaotic race at that, but a fantastic finish. With that fantastic finish, somehow, some way, it was Lawson Peel coming home in second, and Devin, he's headed your way.
Yep, the 53 car of Lawson Pill brings it home in second place, and Lawson, it didn't look like you were going to finish second for a while, but the doors kind of opened on the last lap there. Kind of walk us through that last lap.
Yeah, the last lap, I was glad to kind of got clear on that restart, and I was content with just sitting there riding third. I was not as fast as either one of those guys. Was obviously pulling for my Drinking Bros teammate Daniel Michelle there, so hated he couldn't bring it home there. But yeah, I'm super pleased with second. Was due for a clean race because this is, besides my win at Coda, I think this is only my second race to have not gotten wrecked. So yeah, just hadn't really had an opportunity to show my strength on the ovals where I want to yet. But I was due for a good one, and didn't think it would be here at Bristol Dirt that I'd have one of my cleaner races of the year so far. But that's how it works sometimes. So I was able to qualify ninth and just kind of stay up front. Didn't make a pit stop the whole race, so just stayed out, tried to maintain the track position, stay ahead of all the mayhem, and that seemed to work tonight. And yeah, super pleased with second, super relieved.
Yeah, we talked about that strategy call between you and Daniel Michel most of the night, not pitting, staying out the whole time. Just how close were you on gas at the end?
We did not even use one half of our tank the whole race. I think I had over 10 gallons at the end. I think the last caution I was at like 11.4. So, they could have given us half the fuel and we still wouldn't have had to pit.
And I think that was just the product of the cautions that happened tonight. That you're able to conserve that fuel. But yeah, you talked about finding yourself in the right place, getting that track position. Was track position the name of the game here? I know it's a little difficult to pass on the dirt surface there, especially when it slicks up. But was that the name of the game the whole night? Track position.
Yeah, it certainly didn't hurt your case. You could pass. Certainly when the track slicks up and you get bumps on the straightaways and it just gets, the conditions kind of deteriorate on you, then it becomes really hard to pass. It's a little easier to pass on that initial state. But yeah, track position was definitely a premium tonight, and yeah, there was no way I was going to pit. No way at all. You know, I didn't want to get back there. Just wanted to try to stay ahead of it was my strategy tonight. I've been starting at the back a lot of the oval races to try to just, you know, ride around back there and have a clean car with 50 or 100 to go. And, you know, that still hadn't worked. I've still managed to get involved in accidents somehow. So tonight, you know, I felt like you had to qualify. Obviously, was going to qualify at the road course. And yeah, that strategy, you know, paid off tonight, just kind of staying up in the front.
Yeah, it surely did. You bring it home second place. Another good finish, like you said, win at Coda, and second place tonight. It should be a decent points finish for you. Some points to be made up, of course, with the points leader not being here tonight. I mean, we head to Dega next week, and that could throw a wrench into things, as well as with, you know, we had the dirt race this week, and then a super speedway next week. What are you kind of gearing up for at Talladega? What are you expecting?
Well, I may go to Talladega, so I don't know if I will be back in time for the race. So I would say there's a good chance I won't be here next week. I'll certainly try to. You know, if it rains, I'm not going to go, obviously, but don't know if I'll make it or not. That'll just be start in the back, you know, stay back there till 30 to go. That's what I did at Daytona. Still got wrecked, but yeah, try to save your car, have full horsepower at the end, and just make a charge at the end. It'll be a survival mode if I do race. But yeah, looking forward to getting back to the ovals. We've been on the stretch of short tracks here with, you know, Richmond, and then coming here to Bristol Dirt, a road course before that. So, you know, I'm looking forward to this summer stretch where we're going to go to Atlanta, Kansas, you know, Charlotte, some of these other ovals we got coming up. So those are where I like to race.
Well, I wish you luck. I wish you luck the rest of the way there, as we do get into kind of the meat and potatoes of the season. And if we don't see you next week, hopefully there is a great race at Talladega. It always seems to produce some type of dramatic finish. But we'll be looking for that from these guys here in the MPI series. But if you are able to make it, good luck next week. And yeah, appreciate the time to talk with us. And yeah, we'll see you on in a week, or if not two.
I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for putting on a great broadcast.
Yeah, we appreciate it. We'll get you back down to your team there. And Emerson, you will be standing by with our third place finisher, the 25, Daniel Michel, who's probably not as happy as our leader or our winner, Mario Miranda there.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and bring on up driver of the number 25, Daniel Michel, who led 138 laps tonight. Daniel, I know that's not how you wanted it to end, but talk about the run first. What it means to lead that amount of laps, 138 laps at a 150 lap race.
Well, it was exciting, and you know, yeah, I was just keeping my car clean, getting good restarts. I would touch the wall a little bit, you know, rough up the side, but I would get going, and yeah, it was nice. It's tried to keep my car clean, giving people room, lap cars, all that. And later it got on, you know, stuff gets crazy. It just happens.
Right, so you were able to control those restarts. How important was it to control those restarts to maintain that track position? Because it seemed like that was the key for you to stay up there and lead all those laps. What was getting a nice restart and settling in, even though how slicked off the track was, it was almost impossible to settle in.
Well, I know what Mario told you, that I was struggling on the bottom, but no, I was putting the fastest lap times when I was hitting the middle to the bottom. So typically on the restarts, I would try and jump, go as quickly as possible, get that middle lane and just wrap it around, start building a gap to the second place car. It was very, very key to keep the lead today, I think.
So last lap looked like Mario just had a great turn 1 and 2, and now I guess keep in mind that he did pit and with 60 laps to go, and I don't know how much of an effect his fresher tires might have had, but it certainly seemed like he was able to slide on through turns 1 and 2 a little bit better and set himself up for a lunge at 3 and 4. was your plan to always kind of go up high and just try to get that run off the corner, or was it kind of a split-second decision when you got halfway down the straightaway, you'd pick your line, or what was going through your mind?
Well, I had to recover the car because off the 2 I hit that bump wrong, like you said. But like when I recovered the car and I was in the middle, I tried to keep it towards the middle lane, and I was in there, and I was fine. But then I see his car fly past me on the bottom, and I had to hit the brakes because I mean, it's either finish in the front or I'm getting taken out, and so I didn't want to lose any more positions. I knew at that point he's already underneath me. Obviously I raced him clean. He hit me early, and it is what it is. I didn't want to do anything to ruin my race.
Well,
So I just let him have it.
a third place finish is nothing to scoff at, and the dominant performance, I think, will be still the most memorable thing you can leave with tonight's race here at Bristol Dirt. You look forward, Talladega, and then you can really get into the schedule. How are you feeling next week at the Super Speedway?
I'm not feeling good about it. This is probably one of my most good races where I knew I can run good. I knew I was fast. I was practicing all week. I had the speed, but Dega, I am not a super speedway guy. You'll see me running in the back. Kind of like Larson. Yeah, I'm not really that type of driver.
Fair enough. Well, Daniel, again, a dominant performance, 138 laps led. That car was out front all the way up until the very end. A difficult one to take, but you'll move on. Best luck to you in the coming races. Hopefully we're talking to you sometime here in the coming weeks, Daniel.
Yeah, sure thing.
Again, that's third place finisher Daniel Michel. We're gonna try one more time. Actually, don't believe we actually have a shoemaker, Devin. So I guess we're gonna have to go with driver of the number 9, Bill Schoonover. We're gonna try to head him your way, Devin.
Yeah, we'll bring up the number 9 of Bill Schoonover, maybe.
Try one more time.
There we go. Hey, so this is the number 9, Bill Schoonover. Thanks for joining us in the booth. I mean, you had no front end there at the end, but it seemed like you kind of just mired there back and around the back end of the top 10 for most of the night. Kind of walk us through the race from your point of view and how you came away with the finish and how you feel about that 9th place finish you got.
I guess I can't complain. It's a top 10, but I felt I could have done a lot better. Had a EOLL penalty that I don't know. Kind of iffy on that, but it's just hard to dodge wrecks out there. And once the track got slicker, I felt like I was a lot better, even without the front nose piece, and it just ran out of time, really.
Yeah, we saw that you got around a couple of times just with the slick surface and hitting the difference between the slick surface and where that cushion was. Kind of walk us through, as they did get slick, you said the car started to come in. Kind of walk us through that backtrack through the field there at the end to get back up to the 9th place finish.
Yeah, once I got past the lap cars, they were battling with me really hard when I restarted after my penalty. And when it got that slick, I started running 4th gear, and that really helps control the car a lot better. Because if you run 5th, you're entering the turns way too fast, and it just wants to slide up to the wall. But just had to, try to be careful, but be aggressive. Take it when you can get it. I mean, there might be people complaining that I was too aggressive tonight, but I didn't wreck anybody. I bumped one car they checked up. I bumped one, no big deal. I just wish I had about 10 more laps. Maybe get a few more spots.
Yeah, it was kind of hard to get green flag laps here tonight. A lot of guys were finding it difficult here on the dirt surface, which is not something that a lot of guys run very often. So, it caught a few drivers out. We weren't really able to get a very good green flag run. Did that kind of hamper any of your strategy calls or any of the momentum that you were trying to pick up?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's a tough track, especially the bumps down the backstretch. You got to be real careful on that. And it seemed like for the most part, the cautions were people overdriving it and not being able to check up if somebody starts to get too loose and stay off them. But you know, it's Bristol dirt. You're going to have contact out there. I mean, we did have way too many cautions.
Yeah, definitely contact indeed tonight. And next week we head to Talladega, where contact again may be at a premium. What are your feelings about that? You know, heading from a short track on dirt to a super speedway for the next week.
Oh, I'm excited for Talladega. I really like that. Daytona, I seem to qualify really good there. Just got to find a good partner out there to draft with and not get hung out to dry and try to just miss the big one.
Yep, that is the name of the game, to miss the big wrecks. Yeah, so before we let you go here, get your final thoughts again on this dirt track. I mean, you said you liked it when it slicked up, but as far as, you know, when it's racing side by side, sometimes four wide here at Bristol, how is the excitement down there in the behind the wheel for you with this track? When it was going green there for a bit, how do you feel about racing on dirt?
Oh, I don't mind it. But I'll tell you what, it's nerve-wracking. You're sawing on that wheel so much. I wish I had a heart rate monitor on like the real guys have on, just to see what it was. But yeah, it's quite intense. I can tell you that.
Yeah, that would be an interesting concept to get a heart rate monitor on sim racing, just to see how it does compare to the actual guys who are out there doing it. I imagine it's somewhat the same, because this racing, you know, even if it is on a sim, it is quite nerve-wracking sometimes. But good finish nonetheless. The top 10 is always a decent day. But we wish you luck the rest of the way of the season, and yeah, especially at Talladega next week.
All right, guys. I appreciate all you guys do, and we'll see you next week.
Right on. That was driver of the number 9, Bill Schoonover. Again, he had a wild race. I saw him sideways quite a bit. You can see by the way his car looks, he went through a lot. But you know what? He still fought his way for a top 10 finish and a fantastic result at that. For the way that car looks, I know he wanted to get a little bit better out of the race, but I think with the way this race was, just making it to the end was a win in itself. Now, Devin, we kind of already went through the post-race results, and yeah, this race, it was something. I'm seeing it now. We got 17 cautions for 85 laps. The points are nearly done. I can confirm that Austin Reedy not showing up, which almost was a given, did lose the point lead. He's down at least to 4th in points. I think there may be some more adjustments to the points coming away, like stage points and all that jazz. But Austin Reedy has fallen to 4th in points. Mario Miranda is the point leader at the moment by 36 points. So, a big lead for our second two-time winner on the season. And Talladega coming up. How would you put a bow tie on tonight, and what would you look forward to coming up at Talladega?
Yeah, we're looking forward to some of the beating and banging that's going to go on the rear bumpers and the front bumpers of these cars. You know, that push that you can get from teammates, from other people that you're working with at Talladega is really going to be the name of the game to get those runs, especially in these cars. We saw it at Daytona that you can really get great runs in this next generation car at super speedways if you get the right push. So be looking forward to that. Who can push the best? Who can be out front and hold it steady the best? That's who's going to be to get the win. And, you know, just whoever makes the strategy work. Some of the strategies fall to the back. Some of the strategies stay out front. So who can make their strategy work the best? Who can draft the best? That's who's going to win next week at Talladega. Should be interesting to watch it happen. And yeah, you can catch all the action. I mean, there's going to be so much action here on the PitStop TV channel, Emerson.
Yeah, we got a lot coming up for us. For what it's worth, it's going to put a bow tie in tonight's Dirty Air 300. Again, a wild race, 17 cautions, 85 caution laps. There was... Let me get it real quick. There was 3 lead changes tonight, 3 leaders. Again, Daniel Michel led 138 laps, Joe Sanchez led 8, and Mario Miranda led 5. Michel had it all up right until the end. and a lunge from Mario Miranda. Got himself the win. Again, a last lap pass was wild. But that's going to do it for tonight. We have a lot more coming up on the channel. Tuesday night, we have our doubleheader. British Sim Racers are back in action with their Trophy Tuesdays, 8 p.m. across the pond, 3 p.m. here in the States, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. That British Sim Racers tackle Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin's Road America for their, let me double check, should be their 5th round. So the halfway point of their season, Tuesday afternoon here in the States, Tuesday night in Europe. So you won't want to miss Trophy Tuesdays for the British Sim Racers MX-5s at Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin's Road America. Then it is the season finale for the North American Racing League Porsche Cup Series, their 8th race of 8 at Spielberg, Austria's Red Bull Ring. And again, a fantastic high-speed course with a lot of heavy braking zones. It makes for great overtaking opportunities. And those Porsche Cup cars, a little different from the GT3 cars that race on Thursday nights. That series still has a few more races to go. But the season finale, champions will be crowned Tuesday night. The North American Racing Porsche Cup Series race from the Red Bull Ring. And then Devin, you and I, we're back on the call. We got Talladega coming up for ourselves in the Outlaw Sim Series, round number 9 of 36, huh, Devin?
Yeah, Talladega week here on the simulator, as well as the real guys, the real life racers head to Talladega. So we'll be, Talladega on Wednesday. The Outlaw Sim Series will be a fun one to watch. A little preview to kind of get the mouth watering for this MPI series as they come back around and race to Talladega next Sunday. So a couple of dosings of Talladega next week.
Yep, and the Outlaw Sim Series is next-gen cars as well. So if there's anything you need to kind of learn about Talladega, if you want to just get, watch some other drivers do Talladega, maybe get a different outlook on Talladega, tune in Outlaw Sim Series Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. New point leader Max Service on that side of town with his 3rd win of the season last week at Iowa. Should be a good one. And actually, Devin, I forgot, you won't be able to make it on Wednesday, but more than likely we'll be able to have Ed Shearer joining me on the call Wednesday night, and should be a good one to come up for the Outlaw Sim Series at Talladega. But at that, Devin, Ed's been hard at work tonight on our social media coverage tonight. Go ahead and check out all of his work on these social media links, and Devin, where can they go?
Yeah, you can go and check them out on Facebook at facebook.com/PitStop TV, Twitter.com/PitStop TV _, Instagram.com/Pit_Stop_TV, and YouTube.com/C/PitStop TV1. You can also catch us on Twitter at Twitter.tv/Pit_Stop_TV.
Thursday, BSR has their TCRs, and TCRs take to Road America as well. Thursday night, NARL GT3s take to the Charlotte Ruffle. Sunday night, we'll be back here with the MPI Cup Series from Talladega. But until then, that'll do it from the dirt here at Bristol. We're happy to have had you all here tuning in and joining us for tonight's action, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. For all at PitStop TV, Devin Zimmerman joining me on the call this evening. Ed Shearer rocking the social media coverage tonight. I am Emerson Arden. You all have a great night. Happy Easter to all. And we will see you again Tuesday for British Sim Racers from Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. Or Sunday night for the MPI Cup Series from Talladega.
wanna cry.